rise and fight.
Hello and welcome, StarCraft fans, to another BSL 19 cast. Here with me today is DejaVu. DejaVu, how you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. It's still morning for me, just barely, so this is a great way to start my day on a good old Saturday. Let's go.
Yeah, what an exciting group here kicking off the round of 16. I mean, Group D, we got some big time names. We got Dewalt defending his title, first up against XuanXuan, and then secondly, we got cRoSs versus Jhin. What are you thinking about this group? Who are your favorites today to make it out of here?
Well, I think you got to start with the holder, the defending champion Dewalt. It's hard to not pick him to advance out of the group. Yeah, I think even looking at like the poll things on Discord and such, it looks like most people are on board. Dewalt looking really strong right now. And then I'm looking at the two Chinese players, XuanXuan and Xin. I'm thinking one of them finds a way out, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. How about you? Who do you think gets out of this group?
Yeah, I definitely pull for Dewalt here. I mean, he's been just playing a lot, just always the top of his game. Phenomenal player, just knows what to do, doesn't miss a beat, especially in PvT. He'll be getting a little bit crazy there. We'll see if he's going to use his patented drop style or arbiter or whatever. He has everything in the toolbox to use. So I'm sure he'll get out of there. And I'm going against your pick, and I'm going to go with cRoSs, a player I have a ton of respect for. I mean, he's a guy who consistently plays at an extremely high level. ZVP, really strong matchup for him. I think he's going to give Jhin a really hard time in their series. And then who knows? I've seen him take many games off Dewalt. You never know, maybe he exits in first. If not, I think he will be the guy that comes out in second over the two Chinese players. I mean, we never know what we're going to get from the Chinese players, right? They have the whole gambit as well. A lot of times it's just hyper aggro, get after players, proxies, 3 gates, everything crazy. And I think someone like cRoSs, especially in those scenarios, is very aware of what's going on, reads the game well, and he'll kind of sniff out what's going on. So I think that he will be one of the two players that gets out of the group.
Yeah, I think cRoSs will definitely be a fan favorite, North American. Also, I think I was looking, there's only 3 Zergs in the round of 16, so if he falls here today, there's not a lot of Zerg opportunity as we move forward in the tournament. So I think cRoSs is a good fan vote if you're tracking that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'm looking at our first matchup here, DejaVu, and I'm looking at Dewalt, and I'm looking at that 85% win rate versus Terran here in the BSL. That's a serious number. Serious. And XuanXuan, 50%, probably playing people like Dewalt all the time and getting some losses. But wow, 85% win rate versus any race, that's insane. And if you look at his past BSLs, I see a lot of champions and seconds. So this guy knows how to climb through and get after it.
Yeah, I like that Dewalt's weakest matchup is still at 70%. Like, those are those are Kespa era Jadong numbers of win rates. Granted, this is just BSL, but yeah, those are some insane win rates. 70% in your worst matchup. That's impressive.
Yeah. All right, and our first matchup is ready to go. We'll be kicking off Game 1 on Pantheon. Let's get into it. Alrighty. And in the bottom left, in Game 1, we have XuanXuan.
And then over here on the bottom right in the bright bluey glowy red Nexus is Dewalt. I love the new Nexus model. That was one of my favorite parts of Remastered, is really getting to see the appropriate aura of the Protoss building.
Yeah, nice. Blinks very nicely. And our player cams are coming online. There's Dewalt ready to go. And we'll see. I'm curious to see what Dewalt decides to open with here on Pantheon. Pantheon, a massive map. A lot of high grounds here. Will he decide to go with something like a 12 Nexus just because of the distance from base to base, or is he just going to try to play something standard? Feeling that no Dewalt, seen a lot of his games, casted a lot. I think we're going to see a lot of standard play from him. Nothing too crazy, but you never know. Maybe he'll mix it in.
Yeah, especially if you're the defending champion, might as well let other people come at you, right? So play standard and see what other people are throwing your way, and adjust from there. I think that's probably what we'll see from Dewalt. As a trend in the BSL so far in the first few weeks, I think we've seen a leaning towards not too many 12 Nexuses out there. So for whatever reason, it looks like the gateway openers have become more popular for the Protosses.
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining Dewalt's feeling very confident with this matchup, feeling really good, so why take any unnecessary risks? But, hey, we have a gateway, but no gas here. I wonder if we're going to see a gateway expand here from Dewalt. That's what it's... Oh, okay, no, he's going to play more of the 2 Zealot or 1 Zealot core style high pressure, trying to catch Terran with their gasless expand, so he's going to get that late gas, probably go Zealot, Pylon, core Pylon after Dewalt. Yep, there's the core, then he'll go Pylon after that. Zealot is early and pressing. XuanXuan going to get lucky here with the first scout. No end scout from him.
Yeah, Dewalt was concerned for sure about something. Actually, he goes into the middle for a proxy and then diverts to the top right. That's an interesting little scouting pattern from Dewalt. On the other hand, XuanXuan with the first scout, the direct scout, is going to be very, very happy seeing extremely standard play out of Dewalt, and so he'll be able to throw up his factory and expansion on his regular build time here.
Yeah, I think Dewalt just making sure, knowing what we've seen from a lot of the Chinese Terran players, other than Mihu, we've seen a lot of BBS and other crazy stuff, so he was just making sure we're not going to have any of that nonsense, no bust Terran style where it's BBS every single game, so he's just playing really safe.
I do like the hidden racks where you just stick one in like this random side of the map, and then you just randomly show up with an extra rack's worth of 5-6 Marines. That's always fun.
Yeah, always a great surprise when your, Protoss and that comes in. And Dewalt opting for no Zealot here. I'm surprised. So no Zealot, 19 Nexus instead. That's why he went with the late gas. I thought he would apply some early pressure, but he is not. He is just going to go rangeless. And now XuanXuan's feeling comfortable to put down his command center. Only 1 Marine, I think, that he made out. So because he got the first scout, he was able to optimize his build, only go with 1 Marine, still going with a bunker here now to make sure he doesn't take any unnecessary damage, but optimized builds from both players so far.
Yeah, and he saw that there was no range from Dewalt, so he's pretty comfortable going with that later bunker, knowing that just a couple of Marines and SCVs will be more than enough to fend this off. He actually sneaks the Vulture out before Dewalt can get there. I think Dewalt certainly saw it, so he knows that it's out on the map, but just a couple seconds earlier, he might have actually been able to completely sneak it. I'm curious if Dewalt decides to throw up some kind of a wall early on, or how he wants to fend off this first Vulture.
Yeah, I think he'll put up a pylon wall outside eventually. Right now, he's trying to get that probe home. He was using that probe to try to moving shot the SCV, and then the Vulture came. So don't want to be out there while that's running around if you're that poor probe. And XuanXuan just checking in, seeing where the Nexus is at, and just backing up, knows that Dewalt has that ramp blocked. Nothing super crazy yet. Dewalt opting just for 1 gate robo. We're going to see. He'll probably go Observer and then make a decision whether he's going to go 3 gate Observer or he's going to play in a Reaver play. We'll see what he decides. I do know Dewalt does like that mass shuttle play. I'm not a massive fan of playing that way, but he does it well.
I enjoy watching Mass Shuttle as a spectator, just watching like a flock of 4 shuttles just drop their zealots in a Reaver. It just looks great from the spectator camera. But it looks like you're right on the Reaver. We got Korg spinning with range, so I'm pretty standard here. From what we've got out of Dewalt, the Vulture wasn't able to get in. There's the pylon wall you were talking about, and Dewalt's just going to kind of be hemmed in here until he gets an observer out and clear those mines. But I don't think that XuanXuan's going for anything too tricky right now. So as long as he doesn't, I think he should just play pretty standard and move out when he gets the observer.
Yeah, XuanXuan will have to be careful. Hopefully he's getting sieged next. When you do these like early mine timings and you get a lot of vultures out of these 2 factories, that means you have no tank. So if the observer comes and they clear mines and you start to put pressure, you won't have anything really to defend the Dragoons. One unsieged tank will not get the job done versus, 7-8 Dragoons. So let's see what he is going to do from here, because we made a ton of vultures.
That is a ton of vultures. That's going to be a lot of mines on the map too. I wonder if he's looking for a sneak as soon as Dewalt pushes out with the observant Dragoons, just try to sneak in right behind him and pick up a whole ton of probes. First observer actually going straight to XuanXuan's base, actually, so he's not going to be clearing immediately, instead wanting to get the full scout on. He's going to see these missile turret timings and kind of decide from there. Interesting choice.
Yeah, he wants to see what's going on right now with XuanXuan. He wants to know, hey, are you playing, 2 or 3 factory type of timing where you're going to kind of push out? Are we going to be playing a standard game? He'll notice right away there's no second gas yet. So he's just going to go in there, take a peek, and then make his decision of what he wants to do. He'll beat the turret ring, so he'll get a full scout. There'll be no hiding extra factories or anything like that, where it's a 6-fact timing. We see Dewalt finally moving out, also clearing. He want to get his next Nexus up. Usually you get around 6:30, so he's probably feeling a little bit behind, but he did use the observer to scout. He wanted to make sure nothing crazy was coming his way.
And that's kind of just what you have to do when they go such heavy vulture and mines. You kind of get delayed 15-20 seconds just waiting for your second observer to pop out. So should be all right for him. He might even look to push out onto the map here a little bit. I see those Dragoons going out in the middle of the map looking to clear mines. Actually going to run into some vultures here. But no, I'm not quite able to get an engagement. XuanXuan just kind of peeking his face around, wants to make sure there isn't, like, say, a double expansion or something sneaky going on from Dewalt in the top right corner so far.
Yeah, XuanXuan trying to get some map vision. Dewalt playing very standard. Another good pylon wall here to make sure he doesn't get caught. Good micro there from Dewalt. Really well done. Those spider mines not getting down. This is why he is the champion, man. Just blocking stuff, making sure he's clicking all the right keys, not missing a beat.
That was so good. Those vultures got 1 mine down. 1. That's so impressive.
Dewalt not playing games. I think we're going up to 5 factories here right now. So we'll see if XuanXuan is going to play some type of 5-factory timing, or is he just going to get a bunch of units here and try to take a 3rd base and push out? The late second gas makes me a little concerned if he is going to take a 3rd and try to play upgrade timing. Oh, you see Dewalt just getting ready. Citadel. Oh no, a couple of probes getting caught.
That last probe that was returning home with its minerals, I'm kind of curious why it didn't just... I don't know where that thing was going. That was a lost probe for sure.
Yeah, he wasn't doing well. He deserved to get hit by those vultures.
He was not long for the world.
He was not doing well. So Dewalt here just playing standard, man. He added his Citadel down, good timing. I'm sure he sees that there's a couple extra factories. He's now going to see the move out. He's adding a ton of gateways. His gateways timing is a little slow, but he does have the Reaver, so we'll see if he'll use that to slow down XuanXuan. But I'm thinking XuanXuan's going to look to play for this 3rd man. I don't think he's going to be moving too far out.
Yeah, you can already see him setting up for that 3rd. A ton of tanks just pushed out immediately. I love Dewalt's observers. He had one on the army, but he's also got another one. It's still in the base, the one that beat the turret ring. It looks like XuanXuan didn't know it's in there, so he's getting a full count of factories, timing, everything. Dewalt's got to be so crushing the scouting game. As the Reavers come in for a drop, a couple of dudding. Well, nope, one Scarab actually does land and gets a few SCVs. Gonna take out the missile turret and just kind of hang out in this corner before pulling back. A little bit annoying. I think he got a couple SCVs. Not a huge shot, but definitely a little bit of damage.
Yeah, pulls the SCVs, lost mining time, finds a really good spot. Just making XuanXuan work a little bit, right? Maxing here, or just maxing out his APM, making sure he's using it. So really well done from Dewalt here. Once that shuttle has some speed, I think he'll be flying up to this third base and harassing it with no turrets, nothing there. But Dewalt just containing, looking like taking his fourth base, probably going to go for a fifth. Ton of Zealots with legs on the way. Dewalt playing very clean right now.
I like the strategy, especially on such a big map. If you see your Terran just looking to sneaky crawl up to a third base, just go ahead and go up to 5. Why not, right? Like, he's got the 4th. He should be able to take the entire top right quadrant pretty easily. XuanXuan showing no inclination to move out at all. So, yeah, take the map, Dewalt. Enjoy.
Yeah, these late turrets are going to hurt XuanXuan here. Dewalt already sees it. Coming in now, 2 shuttles. Doesn't even need to stay here. He knows the army's outside. He is just going to fly right into the main here. Shuttles both live.
And they're going to clear out these turrets, clear out the mines, and now the Reavers get to kind of go at this clump. There's 3 supply depots and the academy, and I think he's going to pick this off. 2 supply depots go down. It looks like he could target down some more if he wants, but he's going to target these tanks instead, and he can actually fly out from here too. So this is actually really good. Going to use the Reavers to try and go after these 2 tanks that are unsieging, and he's going to get them too. Oh, this is brutal. This is so mean from Dewalt.
Big damage there. Dewalt picking off 2-3 tanks, a bunch of vultures, 3 supply depots, and he's just going to keep flying around now here. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a bus at the same time in the front, or if he's at least considering at this point. His supply's at 167. He knows that he's making XuanXuan use units here in the front. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. He's going to get out over here to where all the SCVs are. Can he get this shot off? Oh!
Yes!
Couple. Oh no, he went for the turret. Okay. Dewalt, stop. Micro and that Reaver just put it down, but that really is painful for XuanXuan. His SCVs are all over the place. He got pulled apart there. Ooh, we are going to see speed shuttle play here from Dewalt. He's got the double robo.
Yeah, I love the double robo play, and Dewalt got into that turret ring, and as soon as he committed, like, I'm not even going to worry about getting these Reavers out. He just stayed within that turret ring and just kept getting more and more damage. Really, really effective. Gives him so much time to build out all of his gateway units and get that second shuttle going, and it looks like he might actually go for a bust immediately. 3 shuttles with Zealot bombs in here. Is there a Reaver in here as well? Nope. Just looks like 12 Zealots right on top of tanks, which is more than effective enough to break this position. And yeah, XuanXuan is in huge trouble here. Dewalt's got choices.
Yeah, I saw the observer in the main, and he saw that there's some tanks and units in there. He said, your army's not here. I'm going for it. I'm going to bust. No matter what happens here, XuanXuan is in bad shape. He just lost all of his tanks. His count is reset. Dewalt busting the third base. I don't think XuanXuan's got much left in this game.
I don't think so either. Yeah, Dewalt's going to clear out this third pretty easily. GG from XuanXuan. Great win from Dewalt here to open Group A. Group D.
I mean, Dewalt just playing clinical, right? And as soon as he saw that XuanXuan didn't have those turrets at the third, he flew the 2 shuttles in, getting extreme value, 3-4 supply depots, tanks. And then he had that observer still in there from the beginning, and he's like, okay, well, if you're going to keep 3-4 tanks at home and 4 Goliaths, I'm just going to run you over. So really well done from him. Dewalt just playing clean, man. He's just a machine.
Yeah, that was, I think, clean, methodical, great descriptions for what Dewalt just did. I still love that first observer that just got in there and got a full scout and count of everything for the entire game. That was great. Yeah,
Dewalt making sure he knows what's going on and then acting appropriately for what he's seeing. The question is, what map will XuanXuan choose now? What will he want as Terran versus Dewalt here? What is he gonna pick? Any guesses?
Oof. Let's see, we've got Dewalt apparently banning Dark Origins, so we can't go there. So I am always a fan of playing on the best map in the map pool, DejaVu, my map. So I'm going to go with that. That's my hope.
I think that's not a bad pick. Really strong 5-6 fact timings with +1 on that map because of the short distance from base to base. So, XuanXuan trying to ban a map, but he gets to pick. He's like, I don't want to play this map. Well, good news, XuanXuan, you get to pick what you want to play on. So
you get all the bans, XuanXuan.
You get to do everything you want, man. Okay, and we see a Vermeer pick from XuanXuan, which, you know, makes sense. Very standard map, can easily get to 3 bases, 3 gas, where even on Pantheon it was hard to get to that 3rd gas. He was kind of going to a mineral only, so very, very standard. Good news for him, easy 3rd. Bad news, Dewalt's probably played 1,000 games on this map and also knows how to play it well, so that'll be the challenge here for XuanXuan.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm curious what tricks or strategies he has for Vermeer. I mean, it is a fairly standard favoring map, so curious if he just wants to play standard against Dewalt, or if he has something maybe Vermeer specific that he can try and pull out.
Well, just for the record here, DejaVu, the center, buildable. You are allowed as Terran here to put a barracks down, another barracks, and then a supply depot, and go for it.
I'm a huge proponent of the BBS with the full SCV pull to just really commit to it. That's what I want to see. Let's go, XuanXuan.
XuanXuan might make that happen. And if I'm Dewalt, I'm just playing standard again, right? Like, everything went really well. He couldn't handle his macro, his decision making, so just play it out, right? Show how are you going to beat me? What are you going to do to beat me in a standard game? What do you have? All right, our players are ready. Let's jump into game number 2 between Dewalt and XuanXuan. All right, and spawning in the top right, we have our Chinese player XuanXuan.
And in the bottom right-hand corner in red, we have our Protoss player, Dewalt. I think we were talking ahead of time that we would expect to see some standard play out of Dewalt. And, you know, I think that makes a lot of sense here. Again, as the holding champion, make them come at you, right? Just keep playing your gateway openers, play standard, play macro, and force them off your game. And until that happens, I think that we'll probably just see Dewalt play fairly standard and macro.
Yeah, I think when you have a game that goes that well for you, there's no reason to change anything up. Let's play again. Let's, just play standard, do what I'm going to do. Show me how you're going to beat me. That's what I want to see. So I think Dewalt will probably stick to that as well. He didn't have any hiccups that game. He feels good. He'll just play it out.
No BBS, unfortunately. XuanXuan deciding not to send out an early SCV, and he is going to just take the game as it's meant to be played. He's playing proper StarCraft.
Yeah, we'll see if he tries to maybe go to gasless this game. Something a little bit we see more in the meta right now. Dewalt with just a late gateway. Interesting.
He's just a little. He's just giving XuanXuan a chance. Here, take your 3 seconds on the gateway time. Like, see if that matters. Handicap in the match.
There you go. Maybe he feels bad. He wants to. He's up at 6 a.m. He wants him to have some breakfast and be able to actually play this game out. Once again, we have this delayed gas timing to just make sure we're optimizing our probe count, getting it going so that we can just get this earlier Nexus. I think we're going to see the 19 Nexus again from Dewalt, just because it was so well done last game.
And XuanXuan's going to get the first scout again, just like last game. Last game, he decided to play extraordinarily standard with his factory expansion, but he'll have the option. He'll have the full scout if he wants to try something a little more aggressive. He certainly can, as he's going to see the exact same build out of Dewalt as last game.
Yeah, one thing you can opt to do as Terran here is continue to make Marine production, get the Vulture, and you go with some SCVs, Vulture, and Marine because there's no range, and you can get down there when there's 1, maybe 2 second Gunas popping out. So that is definitely the option versus this play style. But, you know, you're risking a lot to do it. It's one of those things where if you're going to go for it, you really got to commit.
Yeah, we can probably start seeing a Marine count shortly if he's going to, but I don't think he is. I think he's playing pretty normal. Yeah, we see the factory already going down. I don't, yeah, lifting off the barracks. Yeah, XuanXuan just wants to play a very, very standard, straightforward game. Dewalt taking his Nexus slightly later. Last time it was 19. This is a 20 Nexus. You know, again, giving XuanXuan just a few seconds there on the handicap. But yeah, pretty much the exact same thing as we saw last game.
Yeah, it's interesting to see XuanXuan decide this because you watch, you know, the Korean pro play. A lot of times, the Protoss will actually put +1 air weapons going and cancel it because they don't want the Terror to see that they're not going range, because they get threatened early when they have no range and they can get busted. And XuanXuan better get this bunker down, man, or else he is about to have a really bad. Okay, Dewalt's going to chase the SCB, but if he didn't, I'm about to say. Oh my goodness.
This could have been really bad if Dewalt had gone straight forward, but he still got the SCV kill, so he's happy about that. Sees the Vulture timing once again, and gonna poke his head and see the command center, and he might actually get this Dragoon block, getting some hull damage on it, but, you know, sneaks it out. I don't think Dewalt's happy with how much damage went on that Dragoon, but at the same time, XuanXuan's got a pretty weak Vulture out on the map, so he's got to be a little careful with that as well.
Yeah, he got very lucky that the Dragoon took out that SCV. Or I thought maybe Dewalt would even run by the bunker and try to snipe the SCV on the CC and just micro back there, but fortunate for Terran, we have this little repair button that we can click and heal our units really fast, so must be nice. Must be nice.
Well, with Protoss, you don't have to click a button. You just get your health back naturally.
Oh, you get your shield back.
Well, you get your shield back.
Damage. It takes full damage, though. It's unfortunate. Terran, full health, no problem.
And that means that Vulture can go run around on the map and probably start dropping some mines here shortly. I assume that's what's getting upgraded right now, is just drop those mines in right outside of Dewalt's base, and poking his head in a little bit. Dewalt sees these, so he might actually be able to pick off mines if he really wants to, but yeah, doesn't want to play too many games with that.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to. No need to take a mine hit. That would be awful right now. But I like that he has these 2 Dragoons out here and he's blocking his third off, so I think he wants to take a faster third this time than last game. Like I said, last game he was a little bit late. Oh, one of those Dragoons froze. Oh, he gets a hit. Mine hit.
Yeah, gets that mine hit, but Dewalt still saves the Dragoon, so as long as he can, you know, kind of keep it in the back and micro it back, he should still be able to do that. The big thing, though, like you mentioned, is that there are no mines at the third, so Dewalt can take it. Vulture sneak off the probe that was going to actually go and take that much faster third base here. Good thing for XuanXuan, though, he knows exactly what's going on now. He knows there's going to be a... Goodness. How the heck did that mine not go off?
I don't know. That was really well done by Dewalt, because
Dewalt.
at turn rate 16 high, definitely more difficult. Ooh, he runs into that one. Definitely way more difficult to do the pull the mine and hold position or stop and attack that that mine on the ground without any detection. A lot of the same style here for XuanXuan. Just a lot of vultures trying to get mines out. Dewalt this time third down much faster. I wonder if he'll skip the Reaver and just get up a ton of gateways here instead this time. Yeah, there we got 4 gateways. He's just getting units. I think maybe he's going to say, you know what? I'm going to macro like crazy now that I got this third Nexus down before 6:30. I'm going to have a ton of probes. I'm going to have a ton of units, and I'm going to bust you when you go to take this third.
And he's going to get this Observer, and again, he's going to see the only 2 factories right now. He's going to get a full scout on all of this, and I really hope that XuanXuan saw that little blur this time, and that he like prioritizes killing that Observer, because I think that was really, really nice for Dewalt last game, just seeing the timing of absolutely everything. So hopefully XuanXuan sees it and picks it off. We'll find out.
Yeah, I think Dewalt being able to have that is just massive, right? He beat the turret ring, and again, he's able just to see, hey, what are you doing? 6-fac, 5-fac, and then he can just plan accordingly. Like, he's already up to 4 gateways here, so he'll be having a pretty strong production already compared to the 2 factories. Citadel of Adu down much earlier this time than last game. I really do think we're going to see either a fast Arbiter or he's like just going to go for a bust. Ooh, some Vultures getting in. 1 probe down. Ooh, not 2. He didn't want to execute that probe. He felt bad.
Let it go. He let him go, right? Like this is a nice game of StarCraft. We're all being, you know, a little generous to the workers, but yeah. Still seeing all of this with that. I love that Subobserver. This early observer beating the turret ring is so great. So he's gonna see all these factories. By all of them, I mean 2. XuanXuan's still only at 4 factories. Okay, there we go. Now we see the 5th. So I think you're totally right. I think Dewalt's just gonna, you know, go ahead and macro up. I hope we see a second Robo and just, you know, do the dropship style with some Templars instead of the Reavers this time, because it looks like Dewalt's got time.
Yeah, Dewalt's feeling very comfortable right now. He's getting up to, looks like 7-8 gateways. He's getting his count up. Ooh, this probe gets caught, but Dewalt just playing the game slow, just getting it done. Templar Archives, you may be right. We might see early storms since we don't have a Stargate down just yet. But we're up to 7 gateways. Dewalt just macro and man getting ready.
In the previous game, you know, Dewalt found some pockets in the turret ring to drop the Reavers. If you go for Storm drops this time instead of Reaver drops, there's definitely openings. I think Zero's showing us right now, there's definitely openings where there is space to go for some Templar drops.
Yeah, XuanXuan definitely cutting some corners here, right? Like definitely trying to be a little bit more aggro in terms of just not putting down turret ring all the way around. He left some out. He wanted to get up to the factory count faster. Right now we see that he is even in supply with Dewalt. The only problem for XuanXuan is that Dewalt is up to 7 gateways and he is about to get his macro really online. And I think you may be correct. We may see Templar here and it's just going to be, yep, Templar are out. And I think he's going to be looking to fight.
Yeah, once those gateways get a couple rounds of production in, and Dewalt's on 4 base before XuanXuan's even looking at a 3rd, unless he's building a command center. Oh, he actually is. Okay, so he's building it in base, but Dewalt is going to be way ahead on the eco side of this too. So super comfortable for Dewalt. Just needs a couple rounds of Dragoon and Zealot production to pair with those Templars, and he's ready for a fight.
Yeah, and the Storm in these moments are going to be just crazy, right? Like this is pretty early. He's ready to have it. As soon as XuanXuan looks to move out, Dewalt will just get all over his units and be able to storm them.
How much does XuanXuan know about what Dewalt's doing? He's had scans. I don't know how much he's actually been scanning, but he has not really kept great tabs on Dewalt, I think. I don't even think he knew that these Dragoons were sitting outside his base. I think he's just been kind of focused on building his own life up.
Yeah, he's been playing very, very slow, just getting his units out. Going to take this 3rd right now. He's like, he's feeling okay with Dewalt trying to take a 4th base, but he's got to be careful. If he allows Dewalt just to take the whole map and get all of his units up, it's going to be a tough fight for him from here.
Yeah, this game's looking a lot very similar to last game, only we've got Templar tech instead of Reavers, and so I kind of want to see where we go with that. Those Templars should have storms at this point, so I'm curious if he goes for a drop or if he's really looking for a bust here. This looks much less bustable than last time. Last time we had a lot of the units for Terran in the base defending against those Reavers, so there was more bust timing, but there's a lot more mines and things in the front.
Yeah, he also, his macro has been definitely a little bit cleaner this game, right? He's not facing any harass. He used to make units. He's at 140 supply. He's only down 15 supply, so he's seems to be pretty safe.
Yeah, just kind of scoping each other out. XuanXuan doing a good job of picking off these outer observers, but still hasn't picked off the one inside of his base that's counting factories and keeping track of tech and seeing if there's a starport, which I don't think there is. So, yeah, he's just keeping track of everything. 2nd Robo to go with the 2nd 4, so tons of upgrades and shuttles coming out for Dewalt. And this is going to be all about execution, I think. I think XuanXuan's just going to hang out until he maxes out, or Dewalt's going to go for a bust, and whoever moves first, it's all about execution once we get this big fight.
Yeah, the problem for XuanXuan is his upgrades are going to be delayed. He's only just started. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Doesn't matter about what's being delayed because we're just going in. Only one Templar gets out of that thing, but oh my god, that is 2 massive storms. And Dewalt,
you don't need that many storms if they're that good.
Yeah, I mean, wow, those tanks were clumped. Even if Dewalt doesn't win this fight outright, the damage once again is done to XuanXuan. he reset pretty much his entire tank count. We're down to 5-6 tanks only. SCVs are not mining. Dewalt just macroing up like crazy again. XuanXuan needs to fix that.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a storm drop or something going on or just a misclick, but yeah, he definitely needs to fix that. I still can't believe that XuanXuan had so many tanks clumped up. I think those storms were getting like 6 tanks at once. That is insane damage. And now we have a stream of zealots coming in here. Only 2 tanks seated up to defend in this little gap. XuanXuan's going to have to defend this, but there's a stream of zealots coming in, going to pick off the 2 defending tanks. And XuanXuan isn't really bringing a lot up to defend. It's a slow response from XuanXuan, but I guess since it's just zealots, he's not too worried.
Yeah, Dewalt gets a couple more tanks there, but that definitely wasn't worth a control group plus of tanks and a couple of Dragoons here. I think he probably wanted to try to get more. I mean, if we could pick off another tank, nothing wrong with that. Dewalt looking like he wants to secure bottom left as well. The question is, when can XuanXuan move out again? Right, like he's scanning the army. I think he wants to, but he only has, once again, 6-7 tanks versus Storm, and Dewalt might be on the high ground. Definitely tricky here. It might be better for him to just go for a 4th command center and keep the upgrades going. Dewalt also already 2-1, where XuanXuan I think is 1-1 at best. Yeah, his start port was so late, so Dewalt is looking to fight as much as possible. Power spike 2-1 for Protoss here.
Yeah, it's rare that you actually see a Protoss ahead of Terran on upgrades, but that's the situation we're in when the starport is that delayed, and there's a rally of... I don't know what these probes are doing. Maybe he's just... I have no idea. I have no idea why
Dewalt wants
probes
supply.
just randomly...
He wants supply.
Yeah,
He's like,
opening up that supply. Yeah, we got Dewalt looking at the bottom left-hand corner, maybe take that quadrant of the base, at the same time as macroed up a huge army, and looks like 4 shuttles there, so if XuanXuan wants to fight, Dewalt is prepping for it.
Yeah, not much movement from either player. I saw the probes moving, and I was like, oh man, is the game broken for a second there? I was like, wait a second, like for the amount of SCVs that are idle and a Templar just rolling in.
If this Templar walks in and gets a storm off, okay, I was like, what? These are some very random unit movements for sure.
I'm a little concerned the game may be broken, but we'll see. It seems right now that the game may be broken. We have 6 shuttles not loading anything. SCVs being pulled from base to base.
SCVs not mining all over the place. This is odd.
All right, we're gonna let the game finish out, and then we're gonna cast from the replay, because it seems that the game may be broken with all the random movements of probes just going up, Templar going up, pulling SCVs from base to base. It's going to be interesting to see how this game finishes out. XuanXuan definitely in it from what we saw, because I'm not even sure that Zealot attack was what Dewalt really wanted to do. But
yeah, he only had 2
he's in a good place.
It all looked very, very... That Zealot attack looked very, very weird. Yeah, with so little support. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that Dewalt's... It's a very even game, it seems like right now, because of all the units that Dewalt kind of used. We want to hope that XuanXuan maybe wants to take his 4th base. Can he just secure that and set up and maybe split the map a little bit, since Dewalt is playing pretty much gateway man style, and go from there? If he could do that, I think he's definitely still in this game. Dewalt needs to secure some more bases. He traded armies out. It's time for him to try to take, the bottom left and start getting the gateway count up there, so he has a gateway farm. If he could do that, I think then he'll be in the better position. So we'll see what these players decide, but hopefully they'll be able to finish up, and we'll see what's happening here.
How funny would it be if the game wasn't actually broken and that was what they were doing?
Dewalt was just sending probes to make sure
and lone high Templars across the map to die to tanks.
Okay, I need that gun. I need that gun. We need to see it happen. So, but with this happening, it says that we are still going. That means so this game might be intense right here as time ticks on.
I mean, it had the makings of since the bus didn't actually do like a full probe or an SCV kill or anything like that, like the game could still break into a split map, almost kind of big macro game. So hopefully we don't have to wait too long, but unfortunately the potential is there.
Oh, for sure. I think that attack kind of reset the game, right? Like, because the tank count goes down, everything happens. So the game will push on. Um, Whatever we could take. We're gonna take like a 2 minute break here until this game sums up, and then we're gonna come back to you once the replay is ready to go. So we'll be right back, and once these players finish up the game, we will cast it from the replay of what happened. So stay tuned here. Don't go anywhere. I think we're gonna see an epic one.
We'll be back.
back, and we're jumping right into it. Back into the game. All right, we're post that first a bust attempt, and we're not sending Zealots and letting them die
So
this
he
time.
did
We're
send
just
the
clearing
Zealots. The
mines.
Zealots did happen. The Zealots did happen. So
Okay.
this is immediately after the kind of awkward Zealot attack that streamed in, kept off a couple tanks. This is right after. Now we've got Dewalt coming back in with 4 shuttles, as well as well, his army is way behind, but we do have the 4 shuttles coming in with Templar storms. Tons of storms going down on unsieged tanks, as well as these vultures, and Dewalt coming in with just a handful of dragoons. So some damage being done. Gonna pick off a tank, but nothing too critical there. I think that was a lot more exciting and thrilling to watch than actual substance that happened.
Yeah, but what's happening here is as we go into the game, Dewalt is just kind of delaying XuanXuan from ever moving out. Like his tank count again was at 3, right? He cannot really move out with that type of army. So Dewalt just buying time, expanding, forcing him to remake his army, and we're already at minute 15. So the main and natural are starting to mine out. So XuanXuan trying to take 12 o'clock so that he can at least hold on to something and trying to delay Dewalt. But that's what he's going to have to do here because Dewalt, while he's trading out his army, is also trading effectively against XuanXuan. So, and here we go, another drop. Oh my goodness. All those SCVs are stuck. Oh my goodness.
That is so many SCVs. How many kills is that? How many kills? Where is it? Where's that High Templar? 11 kills on that High Templar, and more good storms coming down on the Arpy as well. That is a great drop, and making the Archon just to put a little style points onto it. That was awesome. But I am curious, on the bottom left, it looks like XuanXuan might have stopped the 4th from going up. Yeah, he actually causes the cancel there. So a little bit of damage back by XuanXuan, not as much, obviously, but he is getting his 4th up. And if you can prevent if he can prevent Dewalt from getting his 5th, that's a good move too.
Dewalt just going right back in with his
Oh,
Templar. Oh, he sniped it. Okay. All right. So the splash damage did kill a whole bunch of. Oh, just save that tank. The splash damage did kill a bunch of SCVs. Probably not as many as Dewalt wanted to there with the Templar that got killed, but XuanXuan, you can see his money is not rapidly going up. The natural is mined out. The main is about to mine out. He's got 2 bases, so he'll be okay for now if Dewalt doesn't continue to harass those bases.
Yeah, well, Dewalt's main and natural going to mine out soon too, so he's going to need to take another base here. We see him looking at both. Now we see him trying to take 3 o'clock as well, since bottom left got foiled. But he could easily go back to bottom left and take that position if he wants. I'm actually kind of curious to see him take 3 o'clock. That seems a little precarious, kind of inching towards the Terran that wants to eventually push out. That's an interesting choice for sure.
Yeah, not always ideal to want to start to expand towards Terran, especially with their rally being able to get there. But, I think he's a little bit desperate at this point where he's trying to get another base. XuanXuan has been denying bottom left. So he's trying to get anything he can. Ooh, DeWalt got to be careful not to lose Dragoons, but okay. Clearing
Yeah,
mines.
he's done a really good job of keeping the vultures and the mines from really getting a whole lot done this game. Like, there's virtually no mines on the map other than bottom left, which was obviously quite good, but basically no mines anywhere. So Dewalt, really good with his dragoons and observers.
Oh
But
my
if this
god.
vulture picks up another probe, are you serious right now? It's going to. It's totally going to.
Okay. He at least got the Nexus down, so he's not as sad. All right. 2-1. 2-1 super late at 18 minutes here.
That is so many zealots. That is like 2 control groups of zealots. One for
Yeah.
the shuttles and one for the army.
I wonder if we're gonna go for 12 o'clock here.
I mean, if 12 o'clock falls, XuanXuan is basically drawing dead. These vultures coming in and picking off High Templars is awesome. Those shuttles must be already full of zealots, so that's unfortunate for Dewalt. But he's still got at least one. Yeah, he's got 4 High Templar. That's more than enough. If you can get them out and your shuttle doesn't get picked off like it did in the previous engagement.
I like that XuanXuan has extra turrets to the left over there to try to help with these drops, because if he gets an SCV line wiped at this point, you're probably talking. He doesn't even want to wipe SCV lines here, DejaVu. He wants to win the
Oh
game.
no.
We see Dewalt dropping on the high ground. Tanks are not sieged. XuanXuan is not set up. Dewalt getting on top of these tanks continuously here. XuanXuan trying to micro backwards, but is it too late? We see the supply is plummeting here for XuanXuan from 170 down to 120 really quickly.
And he's lost map control. That opens up 12 o'clock for the follow-up. I can't believe that Dewalt found that timing. XuanXuan had tanks on the high ground. They just weren't sieged yet. 5 seconds. 5 seconds more, and XuanXuan would have been able to spread those tanks out and siege them up. And this looks very, very different potentially. But no, Dewalt finding that timing. Now he's sneaking into the 12 o'clock, picking off a science vessel, which is just annoying. And again, resetting that tank count. And XuanXuan's back to, what, 6 tanks? And yeah, at 19 minutes, 6 tanks is not going to cut it.
Yeah, that was definitely a killer blow there for XuanXuan. Like we're saying here, he can't move out again. He's really got to sit. He's probably got to bring these tanks down eventually. Oh my goodness. Oh no!
What?
Oh no! Disaster for poor XuanXuan. Disaster.
That's not how that's supposed to go. Was that like a specific situation where the tanks were technically on the low ground and couldn't see the high Templar? Because that looked very odd. That was like very awkward that Templar. Yeah. Oof.
Oh no! Here we go. Another drop.
Double storm. Those SCVs keep going behind that freaking tree. That is just awful. I feel like XuanXuan needs to like. His SCVs need to retreat to a different mineral patch because they keep going behind that tree, and those Templar are just.
They're trying to hide. DejaVu. They're trying to hide.
This isn't snipers. We're not playing paintball.
If they hide behind that tree, maybe the storm won't hit them. But not good news. And here we go. XuanXuan finally seems like he's had enough of being attacked, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to go in myself." But I'm not sure he has the unit count quite to do it just yet. And Dewalt just picking off these 5 tanks by themselves, storm all over them. The army now, oh my goodness, there's so many Templar. So many Templar.
Dewalt just won't let XuanXuan get settled. XuanXuan, every time he gets to one of these ridges, Dewalt's dropping on his face. Every time. Like, XuanXuan has no opportunity to actually set up a proper position, get his tanks on high ground, siege them up. Maybe, is this buildable? Can he even build a turret? But regardless, just to get minefields and things like that in the front, like, yeah, just no time at all for XuanXuan.
Yeah, XuanXuan just, oh my goodness. Next thunderstorm by XuanXuan, he's going to have some nightmares of Dewalt just storming his tanks over and over and over. Because that's what's been happening this game, never ending.
We even have Archons surviving the fights. Once Archons start surviving the PvT fights, it feels like the game is starting. The fights are swinging towards Protoss pretty significantly.
Yeah, well, we are 3-2 now, right? We finally got to +3 weapons here for Terran, so that's a nice power spike for XuanXuan. The question is it enough? He does have top left going. So if he can keep both bases top left, then he might be able to hold on to this game if he can set up and split the map. Because Dewalt has not moved into higher tech. There's no arbiters, there's no carriers. All right, this is going to be a big moment here. This is the attack. XuanXuan needs to hold this for the game to actually continue and have a chance. If Dewalt can just bust or trade effectively, which he is, unfortunately, here, XuanXuan in some big trouble.
No minefield, no vultures in the front. The dragoons walked up. The zealots were being dropped right in the back on the tanks, and I think that's probably all she wrote. Dewalt's about 100 supply up on XuanXuan, walking right into the natural, picking off whatever he wants. I think that'll probably be GG. There it is. XuanXuan GG's, and Dewalt going to advance to the winners match.
Yeah, Dewalt just once again. Just playing really well. The drop style, not easy, but he just kept resetting XuanXuan's tank count over and over and over. And when you play the style, that's usually something you want to do, right? Is just making sure you're just trading out zealots for tanks and army for army, because the Terran just can't sustain. We saw how many times did XuanXuan actually come across the map? One time he crossed the bridge with the tanks once, and as soon as he did that, it got dropped on again. So Dewalt really just taken it to him in this series here.
Yeah, Dewalt had answers for absolutely everything, so deservedly advances.
Yeah, that was well done. So he will advance to the Group D winners match. First player to get a result today in the first match, so well done from him. But the action continues on here. Now we have a ZVP, Mr. Cross versus Zin. I'm really excited to see what happens here. Zin, strong player, high win rate versus Zerg, as you can see there. I mean, versus versus Zerg, not versus Zerg, so 67%. So really good for him. Crossy, 55% against Protoss. We got to remember, he's playing against Dewalt, Bonnet a ton. John Hoon, all in this tournament for many years. So 55% is pretty impressive. So yeah, I think this is going to be a crazy series. I think we're going to see some very intense games here.
And I think, like I mentioned at the beginning, rooting interests are for Crossy, North America, and Zerg. Let's go. Let's see what you got.
Always got to cheer for those players. So, all right, I think our players are ready for game number 1 here. So let's get into it. ZVP Crossy vs. Zin on Pantheon. All right, spawning in the bottom left of Pantheon, it's Zin.
And down in our bottom right corner, we have our Canadian Zerg Crossy in blue. And we are opening once again on Pantheon, this time with a ZVP. How do you see this playing out? We saw Dewalt and Xuan go with a very, very standard play. No surprises at all. Expect to see something similar here?
You know, I'll be honest, I don't know how Jim plays his PvZ. If he'll play a very standard type of forge or gateway, or he'll do something crazy. Can we see a 2-gate in the front 9-9? I don't know. But Cross can do anything. And he can do 9-7-3. He can just all-in Ling. I think he'll evaluate what's going on and put some pressure. That's what I think Cross will probably do. He'll probably open up some Hydra timings, pressures in, try to make him make errors, and then just follow up with a back row game after. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
That sounds like a great plan, especially with the Hydra bust that every Zerg seems to absolutely love. And looks like, yeah, okay, yeah, pretty standard stuff here from Crossy with the little extractor trick.
Yeah, we have a 9 pool, so definitely interesting. High pressure coming out right away here from Cross with the 9 pool, not an overpool.
Oh, that was not an overpool. That was a 9 pool? Oh, shoot. Okay.
No, it was a 9 pool, yeah, not an overpool. 9 pool. We see that Jin scouts it. Luckily, he scouts him first, so he's going to put down his forge now, and that should be in time. I think Jin wanted to go Nexus first, and then saw that it was a 9 pool.
And he's gonna have to get a forge and cannons, and we'll see from Crossy if he commits to it, if he really builds all those lings, or if he transitions out, because he's got the overload over there. Gonna see the building set up from Zen, and it looks like he's actually is gonna commit to all 6 Zerglings. Okay, so he's just gonna be able to kill off this probe, or is he gonna streak across? What's he doing? What's he doing? Make a choice.
Yeah, I didn't think he would go across because he sees that the 2 cannons are being made. So there's no need for him to go. I think he'll just clean up this probe, move on from there.
Yeah, with the Overlord getting the full sight on the 2 cannons going up, Zen was not cutting any corners at all, and gave this 9 pool all the respect it deserves. So makes sense to just usher the probe out and call it a day. Surprised he didn't actually pick it off with keeping all 6 links home.
Yeah, the question will become, does Crossy get a little bit tricky and crazy and make more lings and try to do some type of run by and end the game, or is he just going to play it out standard? We see him doing a good job chasing this probe away right now, but it looks like we're going to get some standard stuff here from Cross.
Yeah, taking that 3rd hatchery, pretty straightforward 3-minute timing, so he's going to macro up here. And do you think we just see the standard Hydra list, like a Hydra pressure bust here, or does Crossy like his muta play? Does he like to go to the air?
I think he could do either. I think he likes the Hydra pressure. I think we could see him make even just 3 or 4 Hydra. Hopefully, hoping that Xin will make more cannons because that Gateway and Forge are easily picked off. Xin putting the cannons back like he's supposed to, so Cross might just try to take advantage of that and do it. I think probably going to see Lair here and Aspire into Hydra. One build Cross does like to do is the Lair into 5-hatch Hydra, like quick switch and just go and try to bust you before you get Storm. As a little timing that he definitely likes a lot.
Makes sense. We've seen many a Protoss die as Storm has just a couple ticks left of researching as their final cannons die.
It happens. It happens.
And it's brutal, and it hurts every time. Looks like we're going to get a tech choice here. There's the Stargate. And just going to go ahead and, yeah, completely standard here. Just going to put out those Corsairs and layer timing. Everything very, very standard here. A couple Lings outside of Xin's base, but it doesn't look like they're really engaging or anything. So, yeah, pretty normal stuff from both players, and we'll develop into a pretty standard macro game.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. We see a couple Zealots going out for Xin. Hopefully Cross saw. I think he did, so he'll have to make some more Zerglings. Oh, look at Xin trying to pick off being tricky. Look at that.
I love using that high ground. The Lings have to move, right? And then, and then the Zealots are just sitting there waiting for him to get a couple extra shots in. And it looks like, again, Xin picking fights here and really getting the better of it. 6 Zerglings really should be able to take on 2 Zealots, but Xin microing very, very well and able to get a little small micro wins here.
Yeah, Xin noticing, we're getting to that 530-ish mark. We have no speed, so he's adding a 3rd cannon to be safe because he hasn't seen anything. But Cross is not busting here with Hydra. He's playing very standard. Ooh, he needs to be careful here. Can't keep donating Lings, or else he's got to keep making the Lings. Oh, see, he canceled the cannon because he then saw the speed. Very well done from Xin. Knows his timings well.
Yeah, this Zealot micro is actually really nice. I'm a little surprised to see him. He got, what, like 4 or 5 Ling kills for... I don't even know if he took any hull damage on these Zealots. These Zealots are pretty freaking healthy. Corsair coming across the map, gonna get a full scout on everything, sees the timing of the 2nd gas. See if he has time to pick off an Overlord before the Spire and Scourge finishes, and if he finds one, he actually does at this point. So look out for that. But other than that, pretty standard scout timing from Xin.
Yeah, he may not even get one Overlord. So he's going to have to be very careful. If he loses the Sayer and doesn't produce anymore, Cross will have no problem switching over into Muta and picking off High Templar. Oh, we do get a kill for the Overlord. I just don't know at what cost.
Well, let's see if it gets home. Let's see if Xin can get it home or if Crossy can pick it off. Crossy is not... Yeah, Cross isn't even really looking for it, so Xin's going to freely get that Corsair home and rejoin its friends.
That was well done. He used the Zealots to kind of take Cross's attention to be able to get it out, so well done from him again. Playing a very solid game so far, hitting all of his timings. We're going to see the Gateway explosion here probably the next 40 seconds. Cross here on what is this, 5-hatch? Yeah, see, this is the timing I was talking about. 5-hatch, Hydra, speed and range, plus Overlord speed to stop the DTs, and you're good to go.
It's got so much drones behind it too, so it's just such a good, such a good eco that you can transition into anything out of this as well. Lots of pressure, lots of transition options. Just a really good solid build if you don't take any early harassment, and no Zealots really were able to get across the map or anything, so he's able to do that. And there we go. Cross gets a little bit of revenge on that the Zealot Ling microfights that we've been having.
Oh, look at this, picking off another one.
Ooh, another.
Really well done from him.
Nice.
And this is going to get really hard for Xin. Even though he's got 4-gate Zealot production, the Hydra production plus the Lings is going to be very hard without any AoE. So these Zealots being caught is going to be a big problem. It may give Xin some time to make cannons, but the Zealots are not making it back without taking some real damage.
He's buying as much time as he can with these Zealots, but he is sacrificing all of them just for seconds here. And usually we see them save, so that way the cannons can be shooting while the Zealots are dying. But this time he's just using that to try and buy some time to get the cannons. But I don't know if these are in time. I think these might be late.
Yeah, they're definitely late. Cross knows that he has time to just pick off these the gateway and the forge so he can run up and kill the cannons in the back. Here we go. Let's see if he decides to go for it. If he's, yep, here we go.
Zin needs to pull probes. I think they're going to be able to pull. I think he's going to be able to kill all these cannons.
Not yet.
Oh, DT.
Well, Cross has decided to drone from here. Interesting. I thought he was going to go for this timing and try to bust him, which I think he 100% could have.
Yeah, that DT actually ushered him away. Cross actually had a Overlord really close. I think he could have. I thought he was getting speed as well, so I thought he would be able to go ahead and deflect that Hydra or the DT at the front. But instead, he actually gets ushered all the way home. The Hydra contain gets sent all the way packing all the way back to the third. So Zin survives with this DT and yeah, stabilizes from here.
Yeah, going up to 9 gateways. We're going to see some heavy production. He has a lot of probes, right? 54 is a lot for 2 bases. But I think we're just going to see a ton of units here from Zin with some pressure again.
He's going to have storms. He's going to have a ton of storms with 3 High Templars. If he gets the amulet as well, he'll have, you know, more than enough storms to deal with a good Hydra fight. So we should get a good fight as Zin looks to eventually break out and either go for a bust, set up his third. We should get a good engagement between these two.
Zin's got to play a little bit slow, only because he lost his forge, so his +1 armor is just starting. Cross is probably done with +1 attack, if not really close to done. Yeah, already going on +2, so he is not going to have a big window to move out. Cross's units will trade really effectively with that +1, +2 attack when he has no armor or just +1. So Zin's going to have to probably get a ton of units, get on the map, and try to take a third base here.
Yeah, we see the Zealots already streaking across, picking off a Hydralisk, and just trying to find a way across the map, try and keep some pressure out there, because he certainly doesn't want to get contained again. He doesn't want these Hydralisks setting up right outside of his natural and enforcing that type of situation again. These Zealots just being very, very annoying. If they pick off this Lurker Egg, no, okay, I'm pretty sure you can just cancel that and play this game forever, so good luck, Sin.
Ooh, look at
but we have another. Ooh, I love this. The 5 Zealots coming into the natural. There's no Sunkens, no nothing here, so he can just walk right in. The Lurker Egg not enough to stop the Zealots, so now they're getting into the main, and this is going to be very, very annoying to clear. He's going straight for the Spire, so goes in, going straight for the tech building as he sends up this other group of Zealots over to the third.
Well, we didn't get it, but we only see 5 Hydras, so we're like, hey, let me go for it, but there's a lot more coming behind that.
Yeah, Cross is really committed to these the Lurker Egg game. I love it. Every time they get injured, just go ahead and transform it into a Lurker Egg. Cross doing a really great job with that. Did not lose very many Hydras at all to those Zealots, and the Zealots did not get the Spire as well. So gets a scout off, but really didn't
shot
do as much as they thought they were.
He missed a Dragoon shot in the low ground. That's unbelievable.
What is it, like 1 in 200 or something?
Yeah, it's like bad. I can't believe that. That was crazy.
That Lurker was meant to live. Let's see how long.
We have a ton of gateways, ton of probes. The magic number of 13 minutes. By 13 minutes, you really want to have your third base secured. If not, you got a double expo. We'll see what happens here. We don't have many lurkers in this contain. Good dodge there from Cross, but Zin has a lot of units. Ooh,
great
big storm there. And wow.
There's also no Overlords here again, so if Zin just makes a couple DTs, he can also clear it that way. So he's got a couple options here. Clears out, ooh, nice magic box on those storms, getting both of those down and kill off both those lurkers. And Zin is going to break the contain, and he's got enough units that he can get out onto the map at this point as well. Yeah, so great job by Zin busting that lurker contain.
Yeah, great this is where it starts to get tricky for Cross, right? Really good pickoffs there, but he did not power up right. He finally made some drones after his early pressure, so he doesn't have the army like he did. He needed the contain to be a little bit stronger, and Zin is just busting through.
Yeah, there's and we saw Cross try and reset the lurker contain there behind this Protoss force, but I'm pretty sure Cross is going to need all those units to defend here. Is transforming a couple more Hydras. They are finally going to get picked up, but only 2 lurkers in this group, so I don't really like this position for Cross here.
Yeah, right now he has a decent. No, never mind. He has a little window with the +1 armor to +1 attack, but Cross Ray has +2, so he is totally fine. And let's see if Zin has so many units, man. Look at that, 143 right now. Massive army count. No AoE,
again,
man.
still just the two lurkers though. So we'll see. One does get burrowed. All the zealots go down. Just dragoons left. So great fight by cRoSs there to pick off virtually everything. Only the one storm comes down, and now we see what happens when you run out of storms and you have no reavers.
And your upgrades are not close. Not a good thing. And remember, it was 145 to about 110 supply, and now it's 107 to 83.
That was a collapse of supply. All the zealots went down, and the dragoons followed in short order.
What a good pickoff right there again. My goodness.
cRoSs playing really well. Like there have been some really good storms, but cRoSs is also doing a great job of picking off High Templars and winning some of these fights as well.
Yeah, we see Zin taking a sneaky little third base for that third gas up there. Mid-left.
Ooh. Oh, I love that. I don't think cRoSs has any idea that that's there, but I mean, he's going to. He's going to stumble into it by accident. I don't think this was intentional. I don't think they have anything in him. Yeah. That was just an accidental discovery, and he sends a squad of Hydras over there. They're actually going to pick off the probes as they're getting transferred to before the cannons get up. So this is very, very unfortunate. Just really bad timing for Zin as far as the Overlord movement.
Yeah, at the same time, cRoSs has a decent amount of supply over here, so it's forcing Zin, I think, to maybe make a Hail Mary attack here, knowing he's about to mine out of his base in a second here, so he needs to get something done. Will cRoSs be able to defend and collapse on this army? If he does, the game will be over. Oh,
he's gonna get a sandwich
the observers. Ooh, big storm again.
Great storm from Zin, gonna try and make this happen, but the dragoons are just fighting Hydras, and it looks like he's gonna win the initial part of this fight, but with the reinforcements from cRoSs, oh, I don't know if there's enough. There's not very many zealots left at all. The High Templars are just about out of energy. I think reinforcing Hydras should be enough to clear. More storm! Never mind, there's more storms. There's still some more storms somehow.
Yeah, we got a lot of storms for rallying. Zin knows he needs to win the game here. The game cannot go on for him. He has no third base. He's mining up one base. He needs to get it done right now. If this army doesn't do it, the game is over for him.
Yeah, and at this point, cRoSs just needs to build units, anything, Hydras, Lings. Apparently he found time to morph some lurkers in, and that might be enough. Good storm again, catching both those lurkers, I think. Oh, nope, only catches the one, so one lurker survives. The Hydras look like they will take the field, and just zealots left causes a GG from Zin. Great first map by cRoSs.
Yeah, that was well played, I thought, by both players. Definitely tough to lose that +1 armor when cRoSs goes for a really early +1 attack, right? I mean, that really hurts in these fights as we go into the mid game. Not having that upgrade to be equal, those Zerg units do so much damage. For a second, I thought Zin had done it. He broke out of the lurker contain. He had a big army. Unfortunately, he had no storms left, so he couldn't really push across the map. And then cRoSs finds that third base, and that's all she wrote. GG from there.
That was a fun first match. A lot of great storms by Zin throughout the entire game. Yeah, cRoSs finding ways to win engagements. We saw both of them win some Zealot and Ling micro fights, so just a lot of good things from both players, small and big. I'm curious to see where they decide to go for map 2.
Yeah, definitely been to see what Zin will choose against cRoSs and what he wants. But hey, it seems like our players are ready, so let's jump into game number 2 and see what map he has chosen. Looks like we're on Vermeer here. So in the top right, we have our Chinese player down by 1. It is Zin.
And in the bottom left, in blue, we have our Zerg cRoSs. And this time we actually have cross spawns on Vermeer, so pretty big map, very long rush distances if we are cross spawned. So we'll see who figures that out first and kind of adjust accordingly. Super early probe? No, actually no, not too early. That's just a regular pilot. Never mind. But yeah, see how they respond to this on Vermeer cross spawn position.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a forge opening from Zin again. He's setting out this probe extremely early, both games so far, so I think he's looking to try to get a first scout. Last game it looked like he was saving up his mineral to possibly do a 12 Nexus, but usually you don't want to send a scout and do a 12 Nexus. It's just a little bit hard on your eco and the timing of it, but we'll see what he decides. I'm assuming we're going to see a Forge.
Yeah, he's getting, yeah, especially with the early scouting going on, he gets a lot more games that he can play with the Forge. Is there a good good cannon rush spot on this location for Vermeer in the bottom left natural?
Oh yeah, you can do it in the bottom of the mineral patch, but versus overpull, not going to be an option. But yes, you can cannon rush all the bases on this map.
Awesome.
Ooh, I think the probe got the first shot. Oh, I thought the probe got the first shot.
Play around with each other, and the probe does get up. I'm going to see the timing of this. Natural hatchery going to go down. Nothing too crazy. It was a little fun watching the probe and drone go at it a little bit as we just wait for Zin to throw up his Nexus.
Yeah, Zin seeing overpool and knows cross map especially can safely go with the Nexus first into a cannon, and he'll be okay.
And it looks like cRoSs is just like, I'm going to drone up anyway, so I'm going to make 2 lings and just drone. And that makes a lot of sense with these with the excessively long rush distance.
Yeah, no need to make gas to 35 there. So cRoSs really want to get that tech going.
Looks like he's setting up for his third at the 6 o'clock as well. So he takes that. All very yeah, there it goes. Hatchery goes down, so he'll get his third base up and running. And we'll see how long. I guess all we really have going on right now is watching Zin keep this probe alive and wait for the tech choice to start running in from Zin.
Listen, this probe staying alive is the key to victory at this point of the game. You got to know what's going on. If that thing goes down, a Hydra Den would immediately be put down, and all craziness and hell would break loose.
All focus. They are using 350 to 415 APM to keep this probe alive and try and kill it with 2 lings.
Yeah, the ling's a little trickier. The probe, you just got to make sure you're constantly moving on some angles, but the lings you got to run past and then click on it so you can catch up to it. Look at this. Ooh, the lair going down out over there. Zin's seeing the timing.
Yeah. He sees that. Trying to keep the probe up top, but no, not enough. Zin looking around for that third. He might go to the 6 to confirm, but he's got to know exactly what the timing is on this from seeing the layer and everything. He knows what's going on. It's just got to be in another spot.
Yeah, so it's good to confirm. You just want to make sure that it's nothing crazy. Like sometimes you leave the Zerg's base too early and they cancel the layer and put down 2 Hydra Den, and then double Den bust kills you. So you got to be. You want to be able to see what's going on, but he's trying to pull the Ling out of position while he sends the Zealot to confirm. Oh, I thought he was going to send the Zealot to confirm, but he is not.
Yeah, actually running home. Maybe a little bit concerned about a Ling run by coming from the third hatch that he expects, but doesn't actually know technically where it is or what it's been spotting. So maybe just being a little bit careful there. Not a lot you're going to get done with 1 Zealot out there anyways, so.
Yeah, not a big deal. I think he knows that cRoSs, so he's hoping to force out 6, 8 more lings, so they're not all drones, which is really well done from him, right? Got to make that feint, that little fake.
Make them respect you. That's right.
That's right. So they just can't do what they want. So Zerg just
watch
can't.
The Tyson Paul fight last night.
If you want to call it a fight, yes, I watched it.
The slap box.
I can't believe they put poor Mike Tyson up in the ring like that. That was rather sad.
It was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable watching it. But yeah.
I hope that someone from the boxing community steps up and knocks Jake Paul out.
Just get him to agree to a fight. I just want to see him fight an actual fight. Like a proper boxer.
Yeah, not a 58-year-old man who can barely move around. Righty here. Well,
let's get back into StarCraft.
Zin continuing the production of Zealots. Looking like he might want to go for like a 1-1-1 timing with his Sair +1 and speed for his Zealots. We'll see if he's going to go for something like that. Uh-oh. Cross baiting out this Zealot. Oh, man.
What an awkward Zealot. What was it doing going out without its friends? It had 3 others, but they just didn't want to go out together. It was very odd from Xin. Yeah. It looked like he is going to commit to Corsair production, though. I think we saw the +1 air weapon spinning, so we should see a collection of Corsair start to get up here. Yeah, there we go. We can see 3 of them here at the natural. Yeah,
what happens with that poor Zealot is that cRoSs keeps running his lings by, so if they're just rallied back and not all on hold position, it comes out and it comes to attack, unfortunately.
Got to take advantage of every little rule in the StarCraft machine, the engine.
You do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That kid. Ooh. cRoSs didn't commit. He didn't commit. Yeah.
But once again, we see this early +1. A lot of Hydra already timing here from cRoSs.
I want to see how.
Be careful there.
Still waiting to see the gateways come out. It looks like still just the 1 gateway for Xin. Very, very limited production. His Zealots go out, so there's effectively no units at home right now for Xin. Looks like 6 Zealots or so moving across, going to try and find something. I assume that speed might finish up soon to pair with it as the Corsairs come out, and they're going to probably link up and see if they can get some damage done somewhere.
Yeah, hoping that he can combine these Zealots and the Sair to get the Overlords while the Hydras fight the Zealot, but we're not doing that. We're just going for it with these Zealots. Ooh, Hydra's getting stuck on the Sim City, but it's going to be hard to break, and the reinforcements are coming in from the 3rd base. Xin's got to back up and be careful with these Zealots. If he loses all these units and the cRoSs comes across the map, he's going to have a real hard time.
Yeah, we see the Lings trying to delay them coming home as well. Because again, Xin only had 1 gateway pumping this whole time. Now he's getting up to 2, 4, 6. So we're going to start getting an army, but there is not much at all for Xin at home. So he needs to keep these Zealots alive and out on the map. Losing a couple more right here. Taking a ton of hull damage on most of them. So yeah, Xin's gotta keep cRoSs at home right now, or at least away from his natural for at least a couple rounds of production.
Yeah, right now we see cRoSs knows that he's pushed what units Xin had, so he's droning really hard. He's already added about 13 drones here, and even more now. We're up to 46 drones. You know, so if he can continue... Ooh, look at that little Overlord trying to hide behind our mini-map. How dare he?
Those are some of the worst. Like, as a Protest player, I love hiding High Templars in the corners, but it's so dirty. That is so dirty, even if it is effective.
Definitely, you got to hide them behind your Nexus, you know?
Behind the simulators, Nexuses, whatever, anything.
Yeah, you got to hide them there. But we'll see right now. cRoSs looking in pretty good control. Xin, a little bit of supply block, looking like he wants to add on his gateways. Mineral going a little bit crazy here. Hopefully he's going to be adding on. cRoSs macroing up very hard right now. I'm waiting to see him. All right, his 4th base is already started. Waiting for him to see maybe add some more drones to get up even higher. 2nd evolution chamber down again.
More drones from cRoSs. 48 drones. This is insane. He's gonna eco boom so hard once this 4th finishes. This is gonna be great.
Yeah. Oh, here he goes, trying to get these Overlords here while he distracts with the Zealots. Oh my goodness, could those Scourge pop at any better of a time? I think not.
Ooh, so he ushers the Corsairs away. Didn't quite manage to pick them up, but these flanking Hydras getting a ton of hull damage. Doesn't actually pick any off, luckily for Xin, but a ton of damage on them and make follow-up fights much less effective, that's for sure. Ton of money for Xin. He's stocking up to 1,000 minerals here. Needs to make sure his macro's on point here and really build out of all those gateways. Maybe add a couple more at this point.
Yeah, because he's at 51, you know, normally on 2 bases, if you're going to say 2 bases, you want to stay around the 41 to 45 mark, but he's got a little more than that, so he's getting a ton of mineral income. He really needs to get on the map soon, right? Around the 11-minute mark, he's got to get on the map so he can take his 3rd. I don't think he needs to go across the map. I think he's going to have a hard time going across the map, but I think he can at least take his 3rd here.
It looks like he's setting up for the inside top right. It looks like he's already setting up for that, so makes a lot of sense. And cross spawn position is going to take so long for either army to get across, so makes sense to just build up for your third. Although, no, I thought that those were probes. Those were not probes. Those were Corsairs or something else, so he is not setting up for his third quite yet. We'll see where he goes with that, but I'd be surprised if he can actually complete the game off of a 2-base push, but we'll see. He's trying.
Yeah, he's going to try to get on the high ground and go here for third, try to push it in. Cross already knows what's going on, so he's setting up lurkers in this high ground, moving his army to try to trap this Shin army when it comes up the ramp. Here we go. Didn't really thinking about it. Ooh, good dodge of the storm. Ooh, some good storms, but that's already 2 storms down. Xin not waiting. He is going. Cross
only
looking
one
like he's
lurker
coming from the
left.
backside. A lot of, I think, units for Cross still in his rally. Yeah, a lot of lurkers, a lot of Hydra. He needs to bring those over here, because if Xin gets into this base and into a good spot, he's going to have a hard time with Storm going into this choke.
Yeah, this is
good
rough suddenly for Cross. Wow, this is impressive for Xin. I'm surprised that he was able to pull this fight off. Look at this. He takes the high ground and comes down. There's only one lurker left for Cross. Wow, this is an incredible push from Xin.
Yeah, what a fight here from Xin. I don't think Cross has +2 yet, so I think he beat the power spike here from Zerg. Oh, he does have it. He doesn't even care. He's just like, I'm going for it.
Is he out of Storm, though? Because he's out of Zealots. Is he out of Storm?
We morphed one of that 71 energy. No.
No, you need that extra Storm, man. Oh, man. This is so close. If Xin can hold out with this army on the map for just a couple moments more, he can definitely get to that 6 o'clock and pop it. But that is an army without spells, so...
Yeah, he's going home. He killed a lot of Zerg army, which, you know, not the greatest trade that you want, but it seemed to be enough where he can regroup and take his third. At least the pressure has gotten him that third gas, which is key here. I would love to see him even take a fourth now that we're at 13 minutes and just go for it.
Yeah, mains and naturals are going to mine out pretty quickly here in the next couple minutes, so might as well get that your 4th base and stay on that 2-base mining. Especially, like, look at how much map control Xin has. He absolutely could, but it looks like he still wants to keep this position and keep pressure on this third and force Crossy into this kind of turtley Zerg position. Trying to bust right now with Archons and Zealots in the front. Great Storm in the back, nailing those Hydras. Flank coming in from Cross. Good storms in the back from Xin, holding it out. How much army is into that 6 o'clock, though? He's going to start picking off a whole lot. Streaming Dragoons, Zealots into that base, and this is looking suddenly very, very good for Xin.
The drones going down hard. Oh, he's going to storm them. There you go. He went from 51 drones down to 38. That's a big deal right now. And I think he's going to get these 3 hatcheries and kill this base, which is even almost just as bad as the drones, because you can't replenish without larvae.
What a strong, decisive move by Xin. Just really committed to taking the 6 o'clock position. As soon as he got that high ground, it just looks like he's like, yep, this is my base. I am absolutely going to take this down, and just streams units in, clears out all of those hatcheries in production, and this is now a massive advantage for Xin. More than enough room and control that he can decide whether he wants to expand, take a 4th here, or if he just wants to complete the pressure and rally a few more groups of units and try and finish this game off.
Yeah, either one seems to be okay. Oh! Wow. All right, Cross going to keep this game on hold because he just sniped 4 observers. But
nice
I think you're right.
yeah,
it was really good target. I think Xin needs to just take a 4th base. Needs to just macro up, add 3 more gateways, take a 4th, get your upgrades on double forges. You've taken down the Zerg's 3rd base. You killed so many drones. You know you're ahead. Just gather up a giant Protoss ball and run them over.
He's got the cash to take down a 4th. He could even start really hammering out Archons, and yeah, he's got money, he's got space. He is out of Templar again, though. He does still need to keep at least a couple Templar with the army to storm Hydras. So we saw a little nice plays coming in there from Cross, just hammering away, getting some damage down with those Hydras until the Stormers really come back into play.
Yeah, the problem now for cRoSs is so many hatcheries been down. His production has been cut. His ego's been cut. He's in rough shape now. We can see he's on 33 drones, only 77 army supply versus 166. 90 supply lead here for our Protoss player.
He's only macroing out of like 4 or 5 hatcheries right now. He can't even make it. Like, usually we talk about how you can suddenly spawn all these larvae and completely transition as Zerg. He can't transition to anything. He doesn't have the larvae to build anything.
Yeah, he's definitely in a tough spot, and Zin does find mid left and his third over there. cRoSs, it looks like he's going for a counter, but bad news. We got 2 Templar, 2 Zealot, and a bunch of cannons. No way we're busting that. cRoSs is trying to pull him all over the place.
Doing a great job with this. Zealot got 4 kills. That's just mean. That's just, yeah, that's Zealot doing some work. And yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is here from cRoSs at this point. Picking off the observers was great to keep the game going, and just have a handful of observers. But I don't really know what the move here is from cRoSs to try and work his way back into this game.
Yeah, he's going to play real slow. You know, set up lurker fields, try to take really positive engagements. I don't think Jin realizes how ahead he actually is, and it can be tough in these spots because there's so many Hydra moving around the map. But if he were just to go, he would be able to end this game. Oh man, the space getting picked off. Zin, I love that he's leaving. They have 3-4 Zealots while he goes with his army somewhere else. He doesn't need his whole army here. He can keep the tempo going. cRoSs going for the counterattack. There are Templar with a couple storms. That one's just okay. That one's a good one, all the lurkers. But I don't know, we have another one.
So clumped.
We don't quite have another storm yet. Oh my goodness, we're morphing that into an Archon. cRoSs may be able to get this Nexus, but he's going to see the bad news and realize there's another base at 12 o'clock. So we're still, well, I guess Zin's only on 1 base right now, but still a problem here for cRoSs.
Yeah, I feel like Zin can just throw up a couple Nexuses right now if he really wants to. I really wish those 3 lurkers were spread out. Like, that storm killed all 3 of those lurkers with 1 Zealot going in and getting a final hit. That was brutal. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse for the probe line. We see Zin with 54 probes. That could have been much worse if those lurkers were spread out a little bit. But cRoSs still out on the map with a small group of Hydra and lurker here, scrolling around, looking at the top left to see if anything's there. Nothing, but he might be able to take a good engagement here at the top of the ramp if he can get his lurkers burrowed.
Yeah, Zin doesn't even care at this point. Ooh, nice lurker block there by cRoSs. Not sure it matters at this exact moment, but hey. We'll take
at this point,
awesome
Zin doesn't
plays.
even need to be efficient at all. He can just run up. He's up 100 supply.
Yeah, Zin going back for another counter. I love that cRoSs is pulling Zin every direction, right? Pulling to the left side of the map, attacking the right. But the problem is cRoSs just taking his 4th base again now. And I think that Zin eventually is going to get there and say, you know what am I doing here? I have a massive army. I could just go 1A, 2A, 3A, typical Protoss move, and just close his eyes.
Yeah, once you start getting to that point where you've got Archon, Dragoon, High Templar, and you're not even really building Zealots anymore because you've got that much money, Hydra Lurker just doesn't cut it anymore.
Zin playing a little cannon defense there as a third. 2, 4, 6, 8
it's not like he has to worry about Defilers. Like, we're nowhere near Hive Tech or Defilers, so cannons are more than enough to defend. We don't have cracklings or anything like that yet, so yeah, cannons are going to be more than enough to hold off Hydras.
Yeah, he's just secure in this game. He's doesn't want to misstep.
And a DT just to annoy cRoSs even more because, this isn't stressful enough as it is.
Lay it on him, right? No half measures here. Oh, man. 9
cannons! Technically, there's only 1 pylon. It would be faster to kill the pylon.
He's going for it. Artosis pylon. The problem is the 4 storms, and that's going to trigger a GG from cRoSs realizing I'm on 3 base, he's on 4. This is a problem. But Zin, really well done that game. Macro was on point, really phenomenal. Able to really put the pressure back on cRoSs after he, held in the beginning there. So, I mean, really impressive. We tied the series up at 1-1.
Great game from Ziz. Super decisive, getting down to that 6 o'clock position and sends it to game 3. Let's see. So I guess cRoSs gets to pick this one, right?
He does. I know cRoSs does like Neodark Origin ZVP, but not sure that will be his selection this time. We'll see what he decides to do here, but definitely curious. We'll see if cRoSs, it seemed like he went with the same build, 9 pool to overpool into the 5 hatch, but let's see if he decides to mix it up a little bit and change it for this last game here, because maybe he's like, Zin's playing. Oh, he chose Dominator. Okay. Yeah. Dominator, strong map here for Zerg. Definitely have good setups on all these high grounds, right? All the little pizza pie cutouts. So definitely interesting. Zin will probably forage here again. I feel like forage is better for this base. Some of the openings are very large, so you don't want any kind of ling run buys happening, but definitely a good map here.
Yeah. Love the high ground plays. Should be fun. See who can pick a slice.
All right, our players are ready for game number 3. Let's jump into it to see who will meet Dewalt in that winner's match. Alrighty, and in the mid right, our Canadians are, it's cRoSs.
And down at the 6 o'clock position in pink, we have our Chinese Protoss, Zin. And here we are on Dominator. Final game between these two. The winner, as you mentioned, gets to go on and gets the joy of playing Dewalt. And the loser will go to our losers match. So what do you think we'll see here from this map on Dominator? Low ground positions and lots of pizza pies with lots of high ground positions.
Yeah, I think Zin's going to have to play Forge again. It's just this opening here is, well, I say that, and he's pulling his pro back, so we might see a gateway, but I thought he would go with a Forge opener. This is one of those maps where defense can really be the difference, right? Like, you can sit on these high grounds, force the other army into you. Lurker contains are crazy, right? Like, you can defend nonstop. So I think we're going to see a longer game unless some kind of shenanigans happens. Wow, he's going with the gateway first. Brave soul.
Yeah, Zin just wanted to prove you wrong. So yeah, no Forge opener. Gonna get the gateway. Gonna scout in the wrong direction to scout as well. Or I don't know where he's going. He's just wandering around, maybe looking for proxies or
He was checking for the Overlord.
I don't know.
He wanted to see if the Overlord was coming from top left. If there's no Overlord from top left, because Zerg goes to your natural, so he was seeing to see if it was the pathing. He doesn't see it, so he knows he's mid-right, not top middle.
Wow, that is an impressive level of scouting understanding. That's, yeah, nice. Thank you for explaining that, because that was definitely over my head.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so because Zerg always scouts to your natural unless they're being a little tricky, because they want to see if you're going gateway or forge or what are you doing.
So if you're Zerg, can you mess with them by sending your Overlord in maybe a little tighter to the edge or something and really mess with their scout? I mean, small games, right? But
some pros, like when you think about back to like the Fighting Spirit times, like they would scout towards the center of the map and then send it up so that if you went to go to the third base to check for the Overlord, you wouldn't see it and then wouldn't scout it.
That's funny. I love the meta of scouting. That's so random. I like it. Good.
Yeah, it's you know, the little things, right? The little things.
Yeah. Little things like this first Zealot walking across the map is right underneath an Overlord and see if it can get any damage done. I actually didn't watch the pool and ling timings. Looks like we got 4 lings already out, so the Zealot's just gonna head on home. But there is a base at the random position, or a little bit different. Instead of taking the normal natural, he went ahead and took it at the 3rd position instead.
It looked like the probe was blocking a little bit, so he said, let's be safe. I don't want it to die. But we'll see what cRoSs decides to do. Some high pressure kind of stuff now that he knows it's gateway first. It seems not. It seems like he's just going to play stand there out. cRoSs not getting too overly aggressive. Zin, though, going 3rd pylon before gas here. So that means we're going to see we should see continued Zealot production. Oh!
3 lings get the run by. He just moved the Zealot and probe off the ramp to go ahead and plug that hole, and cRoSs finds that narrowest of narrow windows with 3 lings. He's going to pick off a probe here already, and 3 lings is annoying as frick if you're a Protoss. So that second
Oh
probe
my
already
God.
going down. So frustrating if you're Zen right now for your final match too in this series.
Third probe. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Cross
I
masterful
feel
with
so
these
bad for
three
him.
links.
This is so brutal.
This is why sometimes when you're gonna go third pylon and you're continuing production, it's better to just press with your zealots here and like leave one at home. Oh my god, fourth probe.
And how's he even gonna mine gas comfortably from here? Because those are even gonna be more exposed. So, ugh.
Yeah, he is not. That's why I thought we'd see some pressure here. I wonder if Crossy's just. Oh, did he get that one? Nope.
No.
But every time you do that,
Almost.
you lose mining, right? So it's definitely difficult.
We do see 3 zealots roaming across the map. See if they can get some damage done.
Oh my goodness.
This is so
Cross
close. And all these probes that's a 5th down, and he's just picking away at this. There's only a dozen probes left at that mineral, and this is so bad.
and he is ready for these 3 zealots. So when he kills these 3 zealots plus all the probe kills, Cross is going to feel really comfortable.
Yeah, especially if he's
Good
still
micro
microing
there.
back at. I mean, Zin is trading out pretty
Yeah,
well, but there's more lings being produced, and it's not gonna matter. Yeah.
Yeah, he lost more probes in the main because he's still stuck at 18. And then now that these Zerglings have speed, oof. Oh no! All right. Save
One zealot does
those
survive to wander in and get a scout off at least, and so this is annoying. But like we can just look at the worker count, and it's 19 probes to 18 drones. Cross is exuberant at this moment.
Yeah, well, Cross knows right now, right at this point, like, hey, I can now. Oh, come on, probe! Ooh!
Hero
Look at that
probe,
probe.
3-kill probe. Look at that.
Oh yeah, getting it done. But now the problem is Cross knows he can drone to infinity. Because he's up in workers, he's killed all the zealots, like, he can literally just drone for forever. Zin has not even put down his Stargate yet because he wasn't mining gas because of the Zerglings, and I believe Crossy's Spire is already on the way.
Yeah, this could be real ugly for Zin. He's not going to know whether this is Hydra or Muta for quite some time until, especially if there's a Spire already down, like, he's not going to know until the Mutas are showing up, so this is rough.
Tough times out here for, you know, our poor Protoss player. We see the drone count is above the probe count. That is never where you want to be.
And all for letting 3 lings into your base. That's all it takes. It's such a dicey, precarious situation at the beginning, and this is that's the result from small gaps.
It happens. It happens. This is why I said Zealots on this map, because of the chokes. It's a little bit tougher, but
Zin should have listened to you, man. He should have gone Forge.
could have called me up. We could have done a coaching session, you know?
Right?
30 seconds. Go Forge like all the other games. Ooh, we have Scourge going here. We do have Muta. We do have the double gas going a little bit. Maybe this is just going to be 5 Muta and Scourge.
I mean, there's only going to be like 2 Corsairs out, so it's going to be very, very minimal anti-air from Zin.
If this just dies as the Scourge, he just could be dead. Like the Sair's over. It's gone. Yep.
It should be
See
dead.
ya.
Yeah.
It's dead.
So there's going to be
Let's see
one
if he can
Corsair
trick
at
the
home.
AI. Can he spin it around and trick the AI of the Scourge to get behind them? Let's see. Oh!
Oop, oop, oop.
Oh, he made a good turn. Now he's got to cut down to the left. Oh
And
no,
how do you
there's
fight
no.
these 5 mutas that are in your natural, killing all of your...
Your probes stand on each other's shoulders, and they try to zap them.
Use your particle beam!
That's it. It's the best hope you got. Ooh, good micro.
Keeps the 2 Sairs alive for now.
Yeah.
But again, he's only mining from 8 mineral
Oof.
patches at this moment.
And he's going to take some more harassment
no.
here.
Nope. 33 probes, and it's just getting uglier and uglier for our poor Protoss player.
Yeah, Cross feeling good. Oh, he catches the Zealot move out too. My goodness.
everything's in tries, just cRoSs is ready for it. This is just this is a great game from cRoSs, just right on top of everything, plugging up all those little holes that's in tries to try and get back into this game, building lings on time, keeping on top of these zealots, just nothing.
Yeah, I mean, this 5 muta forced out more cannons to pull. They've killed, so my goodness. There's another 3 probes gone. Oh! 5 probes, another 5 down. Oh no! He was dancing on top of the cR. They could have just blew up.
We're at 41 drones to 34 probes.
Yeah, and we're on 6 hatcheries, so our production is crazy. I don't know how far. Oh, Storm is not that far along.
There's still only 1 gateway or 2 gateways. Like, there isn't even production.
Pop the cR. At this point, these muta have done all the damage they need to do. So I'm thinking cRoSs will probably just want to Hydra up and just say goodbye. He gets to do the Protoss move of 1A, 2A, 3A now.
Was that a drop that I saw researching? I think he might be going for a Hydra drop finisher.
Speed.
Oh, that's speed. Oh man, I missed my saw that too short.
Alright, Zen moving out like he normally does, and he's gonna find a lot of Hydra and Zergling just waiting for him.
Like, I do like that he's staying on the map, staying relevant, like, still trying to keep some sort of a presence, but all of these zealots are going to be lost, similar to Game 1 where it was lost to buy time. That's effectively what these zealots are doing. They're just buying.
Oh, and he GG's out.
Ooh,
wow, I was going to
okay.
say, difficult because once you lose those zealots, you have 0 map presence. I know he's trying to stay on the map and be active, but then cRoSs literally can take a 4th, drone to 63, get up to 7, 8, 9 hatches, and the game's just over. You can't fight the macro because you're so behind. Unfortunately, it wasn't his mid-game decisions that got him. It was just the fact that 3 Zerglings came in and sniped 6, 7 probes. I mean, that's just game-ending damage. So that is definitely difficult.
We've all been there. I feel for you, Zen.
We've definitely all have been there. That is for sure. We've all faced and had that pressure. So cRoSs, well done from him. That will move him into the next round against Dewalt here. And this is a matchup we see, I think, pretty often in a lot of tournaments that are not in the Korean scene. Dewalt and cRoSs. 2 powerhouse players really ready to face off.
Yeah, this should be a ton of fun. Yeah. Yeah, let's take a... Yeah, why don't we take a 5-minute break between matches, and then we'll get to the winner's match.
All right, so we're going to take a short break here, and then we're going to come back. Don't leave, because now it's going to get real serious PvZ here. We have the reigning champ Dewalt up against cRoSs, who is phenomenal ZVP, as we just saw. So we're about to have these 2 clash to see who is going to make it into the round of 8. So we'll be right back. All right, and we are back. ready for our winners match. It's going to be an exciting one. We have Dewalt, defending champion, up against cRoSs. And Dewalt is phenomenal. We know that. But we even saw in a couple of Nation War series, cRoSs is able to take games off of Dewalt. So I think we're going to see a really good series here. cRoSs is probably going to get after, going to see some aggression, going to get all in Dewalt's face. And we'll see how Dewalt can handle that. I mean, if there is a player to handle it, it is him, but you never know. So I'm excited to see this game. I'm not sure which way this is going to go. I'm sure Dewalt is the favorite, but I believe that cRoSs can definitely get some of these games taken off of him.
Yeah, super excited for this series. Dewalt, obviously the favorite champion. We saw him in the previous series, just machine-like, very just methodical, and with that victory. So definitely the favorite. But as I think I mentioned, I am rooting for North America, so I will be passionately rooting for cRoSs here. So I'm hoping for that early aggression to pan out and him to make this a great series.
All right, our players are ready, and we are going to jump into game one here between Dewalt and cRoSs on Apocalypse. Alrighty, in the top center position, Canadian Zerg cRoSs.
And down in the bottom left, we have our Protoss player, Dewalt, down here in pink on Apocalypse. So game one here in the winners match on Apocalypse. 3-player map, pretty big for being a 3-player map, and some really large high ground central areas that tend to kind of decide a lot of the fights here in this game. So a lot of room, I think, for contains and such. How do you see this this first game playing out?
I think we're going to see Dewalt just go with the Forge, play standard. Once again, this is a really large choke there to deal with as Protoss to have the Zealots. Like, if he was where cRoSs' position is, it's a little bit easier. There's only a 3-gapper, but horizontal versus vertical, it gets a little trickier with some of the doodads in the position he's in. So I think it'll be very, very standard. Hydro pressure good, into a lurker contain even better. Lurker contain onto those 2 ramps and just funneling 3 base non-stop production is really strong here.
Yeah, we see so many games kind of determined by who can get on those big plateau ridges and contain the other. We see an overpool from cRoSs, and from Dewalt, we are gonna get that. Looks like I think you were right about it being a Forge opener. Yep, there it is. There's the Forge. So just gonna probably get one cannon down and right into the Nexus. Maybe we'll see if he gets sneaky and tries to do a no cannon Nexus. I think he'll just go with the 1.
No, once he recognizes Overpool, he should put the Nexus down first. You can beat the first Zerglings out with the Nexus. So knowing like, okay, yeah, this just started, I think he'll be comfortable just dropping the Nexus here.
Yep, and you are right. There he is. Dewalt saving for that 400, dropping the Nexus, and yeah, more than enough time to get
your
that
first cannon has to start before the first littlings pop, and then there's enough travel distance to protect it, to make sure your cannon gets up. So the lings just pop, cannon's already started, his timing is safe.
Gotcha. So he's good to go. Four lings out for cRoSs, and he's not even going to bother sending them across the map. Just going to go ahead and take care of this this probe, and we'll have another little instance of see how long this probe can stay alive inside of cRoSs' base.
Yeah, cRoSs, an expert at hunting these down. So Dewalt kind of running out, trying to get back there.
Doesn't actually bother staying inside. Going to go ahead and just go ahead and confirm this third that I'm sure he assumed it's there, but. Yeah. How many games do you think Dewalt and cRoSs have played each other?
Ooh, many. Through time here, they've played many games against each other.
Gotta wonder what the internal meta is at between these two.
Yeah, definitely difficult. I mean, cRoSs knows that Dewalt is going to play very standard, right? Like, at the level you are when you're Dewalt, like, he doesn't got to get crazy. He doesn't need to do tricky stuff. He just plays a standard, tough game, and cRoSs is going to know that. So he's going to be thinking about what corners can he cut, what can he do to try to take small little advantages. Oh, probe going to get caught. Oh, shifty probe.
some hull damage on it, but yeah, it's still Dewalt keeping this little guy alive, just being annoying as possible, and just being a thorn in Dewalt in cRoSs' side, just letting him know he's there, sees the layer timing, so yeah, just kind of getting everything done that he needs with the probe, and gonna make him feel very, very comfortable at home with just the one cannon.
Yeah. We got the double player cam ready to go this game too. Always exciting to see how you can see the emotions of the players. Not that I think either of these players will even crack a smile if they win, but they keep it together. But it's always fun to see.
cRoSs has a very serious face. Like he's even got like almost like a half frown going on. Like he is dialed in right now.
Yep. It's just all about just getting it done. Do what you got to do. Ooh, I hear a zealot somewhere. Wow.
Ooh,
great
that is a bunch of idle drones. What?
Yeah, he was fighting and he kept pulling away. That was really well done. He lost no drones there. Like 3 or 4 of them took 2 hits each, but did not die. We still got a couple idle ones going.
And
wow.
a second Zealot coming in to partners. This Zealot gets 3 kills, and Dewalt coming back in here looking for more. Great job by the drones to protect the injured one. And so Dewalt not able to, still hasn't been able to get that drone kill.
Yeah, unbelievable control there from cRoSs with his drones not to take any damage. And oh man, this Zealot looks like it's going to fall too without getting anything.
So that's a huge start to this game for cRoSs, killing off 2 Zealots, losing nothing, and showing off some very impressive micro. A third Zealot coming down at the third, looking for more here. I don't think it's going to find anything either already. Ling's already in position, drones already pulled, so this is going to be the first 3 Zealots from Dewalt doing virtually nothing. Killing off a few Lings. That's about it.
Yeah, just some lost mining time, but other than that, very, very good. Well done from cRoSs. He'll be feeling good about that. Let me see this. Him trying to abuse.
He's still alive. What?
Wow. 4 Ling kills on that Zealot. That's pretty well done. And the difference, though, you're going to see if we saw the count of workers this game versus the games versus Xin, is that the drone count won't be as high right now because he had to make more Lings, right? The pressure from Dewalt is keeping cRoSs down from just being able to drone to 1 million. Oh man, is he gonna run in? There's a gap between the forge and the pylon. Oh, never mind.
I thought he was gonna go in. There was a gap there, and there's nothing in the main. This could have been a late Ling run by, but he chooses not to, and the Zealot comes in to plug that hole. That was risky for sure. Whew.
Well, living on the edge.
Right. Few Corsairs out, Scourge already out as well. See how hard Dewalt chooses to commit to these Corsairs. So it looks like he's going to get at least a 4th, and yeah, so he's going to work on him at least a little bit here. And
yeah, I think he'll go standard 5 here and just go 5 with +1. cRoSs once again playing this 5-hatch early +1. We have seen Dewalt get tricky and counter this by going +1 to armor before attack. And then he does a 2-1 timing that's really strong. So I'm curious to see if he's going to play that style or if he's just going to try to play straight up and take a 3rd.
Yeah, the 3rd is really close too, so that's nice. If you're able to get any map control, the 3rd being so close to your natural is pretty nice there. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. I want to see where Dewalt goes as far as transitioning into. Oh, okay. So he does have Temple Archive, so he is going to get Storm already out right now. I was curious about the timing on that, and when he actually does decide to go for a 3rd. We saw Xin kind of delay his 3rds quite a bit in pretty much all the games, I think, and really focusing on that 2 base power up. Yeah,
when PvZ, most of the time, you're going to go up 6 to 8 gate and have some sort of pressure. So then you can take your 3rd. In games where Zerg go open muta, like if they open up more than the 5, you can immediately take your 3rd on the 4 to 6 gates and do this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
1, 2. Go little DT. Go old DT. You got 2. These Corsairs can get up here and try and pick off some of these Overlords too. There's definitely room here for that DT to do even more. He's just got to hide it in the corner while these Corsairs get to work. Oh, gotta go hide, DT. Gotta go hide. No. Still got like 5-6 drone kills though. That's still very, very successful little DT there.
Yeah, 5-6 drones, couple Overlords, lost mining time. You know, we see cRoSs is droned up pretty heavily here.
He has so many drones. Even despite all those early lings, he has so many drones that these patches all have, what, 1.5 drones per?
Yeah, he's got a lot of drones right now. I don't know if he had an Overlord in the main or what, but oh no. Gonna find some more Overlord kills. But the gateway explosion from Dewalt is late here at 9 minutes. Usually you want to already have these gateways up. He only has 4. He has the money, so he's just got to put them down. But I don't know if Cross saw that, so he decided, hey, let me drone. I don't need to, because he's making more drones. My goodness.
He's up in supply. He's still more drones. Like, go take a 4th base, Cross. Like, I don't think you have any patches left. There's no efficiency left to garner.
I'm wondering if he's just going to try to take control of this high ground now, macro out, get lurkers, sit up there. We see that Zerg has a supply lead here right now.
That is wild. He actually almost got these Corsairs boxed in there. They were in a little dicey position, but Dewalt able to sneak them out. 4 High Templar just sitting outside of the natural for Dewalt, so hopefully they don't. There's no push out from Cross, so not at risk right at this moment, but as they gather up their energy, this is really late for the army of Dewalt. You noted that the gateways were late, and there's just not a lot on the map yet. Like, we see a half squad of Zealots, and that's about it compared to 2-3 control groups of Hydras already running around.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's just going to try to pull the Hydra back by killing Overlords, then run Zealots in to try to kill the 4th. I think Cross is wise to it. He has his Hydras pretty spread out.
There's
finds some value. So I think this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to pull Cross away and then run these Zealots in somewhere. Yep.
And then he'll just get right up on top of these Hydras, yeah. And there's a lot of Overlords that can get picked up too if these Hydras get too distracted. But that is a huge Hydra clump. Like, there isn't even a control group worth of Zealots in this army. That is a very, very small group to be marauding around.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful. He doesn't want to just give up, 8-10 Zealot. That's a real problem here.
He needs to bring them back with the rest of that army. The Goons and High Templar are great if you have Zealots in front of them.
Yeah, Dewalt probably going to look to take his 3rd base now. We're at the 11-minute mark. Cross amping up to see some lurkers. I wonder if we'll see some drop play here. Also a really good map to do some drop play. I think that's why Dewalt opted for like 5 SARE so he can kind of stop some of that. But definitely on the table, because think about how the distance your army has to travel from your main to on the map. It's very, very far.
Yeah, just a couple of lurkers getting back there with the Hydras would be absolutely annoying and take forever to clear out and really open up a lot. It looks like Dewalt is going to finally look at that to take his 3rd, so that will be effective. Nice storm coming down on this little skirmish that we have here.
Yeah, but those Templar were full energy at 253 each, so getting a pick is a big deal. Cross has to be careful coming down this choke, and that is why, oh my goodness, Dewalt just finding extreme value with these storms, and I don't know how Cross saves this base. I think this base is dead. There's no way he can make it down this choke.
No, great storms, and again from Cross we saw those clumped up lurkers, and one storm takes them almost down, and just takes one more Dragoon hit from there to take them out. So Dewalt able to get the kill on the 9 o'clock, and yeah, suddenly things looking very, very good for Dewalt. We were very looking forward to what Cross would do here as he's lurker spawn and he took map control, but Dewalt finds a timing here where Cross just wasn't set up to defend his 4th.
Yeah, I thought Cross was in an amazing position. I did question the placement of the 4th. Like, why would you put it by his rally?
There's 30 drones at that base. There's 30 drones at that base right now.
And this is where it becomes tricky now, right? Like, he's oversaturated. He's going to mine out quickly. And Dewalt's taking 3rd. 3 base versus 3 base. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to get something done or take a 4th base and secure it. A counterattack here could be massive. Defend the high ground, counters 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks like Dewalt
here we go. Counters going in.
Fight here. Ooh, I love this. There's a fight with a backstab on the 3rd. This is fantastic. And Dewalt looks like he's focused on the fight on the main ground and at the same time pulling probes. And it looks like he's probably going to have to sacrifice this 3rd, but he is trying to win this fight for the map, on the map for this high ground. He great storms on top of these lurkers. And still Dragoons left. This is so close as to whether or not he'll be able to pull this off.
Yeah, this looks like a cross victory in terms of that engagement, because he's able to take out the third base and trade army, which is always okay for Zerg. The question is, can cRoSs secure a fourth base? Oh boy, pumped up.
Yeah, I feel like there's room for cRoSs to move out onto the top right. He has his drone already set up in position, provided he can deal with Dewalt's army. But these lurkers are going to get caught out of position without support, and they're just going to get chased around the map. So that is not what cRoSs wants to be doing with these lurkers, that's for sure.
Yeah. Dewalt now going to have to resecure this third base, kind of sit for a little bit here, gather his army up. Well, what do I know? He's like, no way, I'm just going for it.
I mean, he had to like that last engagement. If he can get there before the lurkers get set up, which I think is what he's looking to do, get some good storms down. Nice dodge from cRoSs, pulls out the entire entire Hydra group. Yeah,
his lurkers getting picked off here, and if that happens and it's just Hydra, yikes! Archon soaking up so many hit points in this fight.
There's still so many Templar. There have to be more storm. There are so many Templar. Yeah, as these Hydras come down, more of the storms just coming in too. I assume Dewalt has some reinforcements. It's getting a little high on the High Templar count as a percentage there, but provided he can reinforce that, those High Templar are going to start getting extremely valuable if he doesn't have to rebuild them.
I can't believe he's got 6. That's pretty wild.
He doesn't need to build anymore. He can just get their energy back. Yeah.
DT doing work on that base to see if he can deny it. Hydra coming up, needs an Overlord over there. Overlord on its way. Something is in the main of, is that a SARE? Oh, Observer, okay, checking it out.
There's if a shuttle ever gets produced, it's looking for a DT drop, that's for sure. Open.
Oh my goodness, he killed all 3 of the Hydra and he's gonna kill the hatchery? No way. Let me tell you, if he can get a Templar to the mineral line, this attack may be worth it just to storm there.
Yeah, at this point, cRoSs just has, like, what, 45 drones and 25 army units, but he's pulling it off. He is actually beating back Dewalt's push and is going to pick off all of these High Templars that were just getting excessive amounts of value. And cRoSs is going to pick all 6 of them off, but at the cost of what? His third, or his fourth. His fourth goes down, so both players kind of stuck. You know, Zerg stuck on 3 base, can't get a 4th. Dewalt stuck on 2, struggling to get that 3rd operational, and both of them a little low on the money patches at this point.
Yeah, they're definitely going shot for shot here, right? They're swinging away. This is definitely a tight, intense game. We're going to have to see who can really get this bases up. Dewalt double expanding. So if he's doing that, I'm assuming he's going to start to sit on this high ground and just defend. He's okay. He's saying, all right, you have 3 bases. You're trying to get your 4th. I'm going to get my 3rd and 4th. I'm going to get those gases up, and then I'll take care of the game. So I would imagine he is now just going to sit on his own high ground. I'd be surprised if he walks across the map.
I think that makes a lot of sense with that 4th going up. cRoSs with great scouting, though, great timing with that Overlord, so he knows that that's going up. So he can decide from here if he wants to go ahead and do the same, go ahead and take more bases and macro up into Hive Tech, or if he wants to, I don't know, go for a drop or do something about it.
Yeah, I don't think a drop would be bad. If he's going to drop, that would kind of be the Hail Mary. He would need to get the game won there. Can't drop, and then, oh, we got a Muta switch here. Whoa.
It's a little
cRoSs getting crazy. I mean, there are still SARE on the map. Oh, he knows that the SARE out of position, though. He can just go, if he can go in, snipe this army, this Templar and this army. Oh no, he showed the Muta.
But Dewalt a little slow bringing his Corsairs back, so there is still a window here if he can get in there with the Mutas, but no, Dewalt's coming back now, so we'll see. Is there still a window? He's going to try. He's going to pick off, going to waste the storms. It's the same difference. It accounts to the same thing if you're, from cRoSs' perspective, and that is so many High Templar. There's only 3 left, 2. There's 2 High Templar left, and they've got a grand total of 2 storms, I think, between the 2 of them.
I think cRoSs is thinking this is the moment. I'm going for it. I have to.
You got 60 seconds, cRoSs. Go fight.
That's a big storm. We got high ground Dragoons setting up. All the observers go down. I think we have 1 storm left. That is it. Can cRoSs do it? He does have an overwhelming amount of Hydra, but these Dragoon are sitting on the high ground and reinforcements are coming. I don't think that's gonna get it done, and that's gonna be trouble there for cRoSs.
That's called mischance victory. That was Dragoons on high ground just beating down on an overwhelming force of low ground Hydras. That is mischance. And he actually pulled cRoSs down off of the high ground here, so he's going to trade out. I don't think Dewalt should be doing this. I think he's going to lose a lot more. Well, maybe not. It looks like he's still going to pound back these Hydras. That +3 armor from these Dragoons being very, very effective here.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing some Zealots stream across the map. There they are. Yep. Just streaming, ready to come in and just catch these Hydra. I think Dewalt has done it here. He does have the 2 bases up, and there is the GG from cRoSs. Wow.
He won that final fight with 2 storms and the high ground. He lost 5 High Templar right before, and didn't matter.
High ground is strong, man. Mischance, big deal. But I'll tell you, that game was very close. There were a couple moments there, could have went either way. Dewalt, great Muta switch, let the Sair chase his overlords in the top right, picks up all the High Templar. If he could have got up onto the high ground with his Hydra, I think he might have been able to turn that fight a little bit, but just too many mischance. But really, really close game.
Yeah, the game hung in the balance basically the entirety of it, so tons of fun. Curious to see where do they go for our game 2? What does cRoSs decide?
Well, last time he chose Dominator, right? So I would imagine he's comfortable playing ZVP on that map. So is he going to stick with that? Does he not want to play that against Dewalt? So we're going to play against with something else. I'm not quite sure, but we shall see what he thinks is going to be best for himself. All right, and we're getting word it is going to be Dominator. So cRoSs must be very comfortable here, ZVP. He must have a game plan. He must like what he sees. I'm imagining Dewalt probably going to open with a Forge again. Like we said for Xin before, probably the better option. And then he'll just play into a mid-game, you know?
Yeah, my prediction is that Dewalt does not lose to a Ling run by this game.
No.
I think he'll
I
block
will
it.
say, in Nation Wars, this is where cRoSs did take a game from Dewalt on this map in that series that he won.
With a Ling run by?
He went to Hydra Bust. He busted him. All right, we are getting word our players are ready, so let's jump into game number 2 of our winners match, Dewalt and cRoSs on Dominator. Alrighty, and in the top center, 1 win away from making it to the round of 8, our champion from last season, Dewalt.
And in the bottom left, we have in red our Zerg player cRoSs from Canada, and he has chosen Dominator. So here we go. We kind of made some predictions about Forge openings as well as a history of Hydra busts from cRoSs on this map. We'll see if that turns out to be correct.
Yeah, we shall see what cRoSs has up his sleeve, what he wants to go with, what Dewalt will go with. Dewalt sending the probe out, so I'm assuming this is going to be a Forge opener again.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what we expect. He is going to scout in the wrong direction, so he'll have to make some choices perhaps before he knows what the build is from cRoSs.
Yeah, I think we're going to see an overpull again, or is it 9 pull this time? Looking like he saved up. I think we have a 9 pull. Nope, overpull.
Overpull.
Dewalt just playing safe, gonna put his Forge down.
You hope. This could still be a gateway, just like Xin did. Oh, no. Okay. You called it. It is Forge this time.
Yeah. A 12 gate would be very difficult to pull off. Eco-friendly, but difficult to get anything done for some Lings.
Not a lot of room for play there, that's for sure. What's this drone doing? Hiding? cRoSs, you hiding your expansion drone? Hiding? Dewalt does see it and says no expansion for you. You're gonna have to.
No
fight
way!
me for
Oh, he drilled through, then knocked it. Oh my goodness! So cRoSs gonna have to take his hatchery somewhere else.
And he doesn't
Or
know
send a
where
second
Dewalt
drone.
is yet. Yeah.
Wow, a lot of damage done to that drone.
Yeah, cRoSs doesn't seem too worried about it. He's got a couple links coming out, so I guess he'll use that to usher it away. Just a small little mind games for Dewalt, small victories like we like to talk about. I have thought that that drone was about to do something right in front, but no, just see the pretty standard cannon coming up in the drone. Will he be harassing and annoying? Nah, I was hoping that he would stop that gateway from going up, just be annoying.
He didn't want to lose that
about it.
drone, trying to get it home. He thought about harassing a little bit and attacking, but not going to be the case here just yet.
He's gonna go take his third at the 9 o'clock. It looks like.
Man,
Maybe.
everything's very standard so far.
And then we're going to see cRoSs
Whoa.
build like 100 lings.
He was just pull those drones off, I think, to try to kill that probe. Listen, if you think that Dewalt has forgotten what happened here last time, you are definitely mistaken. He is keeping this probe alive to make sure he gets a full scalp.
There will be no Hydra Den, not on my watch.
I would love to see him chase this probe out, cancel the lair, double den, go for it. Why not? First Zealot is out. I think it's interesting that cRoSs keeps expanding towards Dewalt. That usually says to me he wants to do some aggression here with Hydra, but we do have a lair down, so...
And it still all looks very, very standard from cRoSs. Ling's out to do with this Zealot. Dewalt did quite well with his Zealot micro last game, getting a lot of kills behind mineral lines and such. We'll see if he's able to pull out something like that again.
Yeah, right now running back. Dewalt, cRoSs kind of to make some more lanes after seeing Dewalt having 2 Zealots on the map. We don't want to get those pair up and you only have 3 lings and your third dies.
Seen that before. But 2 Zealots pairing up and are looking at this third. cRoSs is prepared with his lings already there, and Dewalt going to force the issue anyways. Yeah, so 8 lings compared to those 2 Zealots, and cRoSs trying to surround them. Is going to get a pretty good surround here. Micro from both players, and cRoSs really getting an advantage here. Looks like the first Zealot goes down and the second going to go down, so cRoSs very, very happy with that that trade, killing off both Zealots, and looks like there's still one more wandering around the map. We'll see if it can get anything done as well.
Yeah, very, very good trade there for cRoSs. Ooh, we got no good little spot here.
And little angles and able to get at least a couple good trades here back.
Yeah, this is definitely strong. Is the spires below? I guess the lair should be. Nope. There's no
spire. Straight Hydra bust.
I think we're going maybe lurker first. Lurker before speed or range, and then try to set up a contain.
Perhaps. And Dewalt really committing to this Zealot stream. Singular Zealots one by one, just streaming towards this this third, and he is able to get the drones at least to pull out, and surprisingly effective. Surprisingly effective considering the first couple Zealots got beaten back.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of just pulling these drones, getting them off. You can't mine from the third. Trading well with the Zerglings in these little tight spaces. And now he'll see the Hydra out early.
Yep. Seems standard Hydra production out of cRoSs. Still waiting to see if he is going to do a full flood and go for a bust, or if he's going to pull out lurkers and build more of a contain like you had mentioned.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he decides to do. Oh, he cancels the cannon, noticing there's no spire.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
SPaghettiOs. Keep that DT alive just a couple seconds. All right, now it's time to just start picking off kills, picking off drones, and doing what you want with this this DT. That was a great little sneak in with these Corsairs picking off what Overlords there are, and just not a lot of Hydras out at the moment for cRoSs. So these Corsairs getting a ton of work done, and that DT at the third is going to be doing a ton of damage as well. I think can't you just pick off the larva as well and just keep the production down too?
Yeah,
and the eggs.
The eggs, yeah, kill the eggs.
This is gonna be so annoying to deal with.
No
No Scourge, right? Yeah. Oh man.
No Spire, so no Scourge, and he's got to be careful with these Overlords because if the DT come down and kill these Hydra, then the Overlords are going to continue to die.
Yeah, he's killed so many eggs at this point. That's like, what, 5 eggs that he's forced to... they're probably getting canceled at the last second, but, like, still, this is so much damage.
Okay, we have speed on these Overlords now.
But 2 DTs can just go kill those 3 Hydras. There's only 3 Hydras. They can just go kill them. Like, even if they can be seen. So this is getting a little dicey, but more Hydra reinforcements pop and reinforcements come, so, you know, cRoSs will be able to finally force those DTs out. But nice little harassment from Dewalt. That really delays the economic output from that third base.
I was going to say, yeah, that's the biggest thing right of this whole attack is we weren't able to mine there. We weren't able to really use the larva, so we wasted away 2 hatchery almost. And we see Dewalt getting an early robo. I think he saw the speed of the Overlords. He saw how fast the Hydrogen is. I'm wondering if he's thinking this is going to be drop play here from cRoSs.
Yeah, still no Spire from cRoSs. So Dewalt can easily commit to keeping a handful of Corsairs around to push away any Overlords, prevent any drops. Yeah, curious to see what I'm actually kind of curious what cRoSs's original plan was before the DTs came, what he was going to do, because I feel like he's a little bit on the back foot at this point.
Yeah, he's definitely hurting from it. I think he's going to continue up this Hydra Lurk play. I think we're going to see some drops or something of that nature that are going to try to get him back in the game. It's another base or map layout where your main base is in a tight spot compared to your actual exit, so we'll see what he decides here.
And that's going to be when Dewalt's like, dang, I should have just left that cannon come in because I can't see anything.
Oh, good snipe there. Good snipe.
Yeah, force out a storm. Yeah. Small wins.
Dewalt already looking to take his third. He's like, I know I hurt you. You don't have the production you wanted. I'm good.
And it's pure Hydra still from cRoSs at this point. Don't see the Liquors mixed in quite yet. A few High Templars with Storm on this Pizza Pie, and that should be very difficult for cRoSs to move up with the Storms and the DTs up there. So he's looking for it, but going to get fended off. And Dewalt's kind of staked out his position on the map. He's going to take this Pizza Pie. He's not going to be stuck in his natural, and going to force keep himself on the map, I should say.
Yeah, Dewalt doesn't need to do much but storm and back up. He has a third base coming, which will be a third gas. You know, he's feeling... There it is. The drop play is ready.
These are great storms. There's a lot of Hydras going down, so we got to make sure that there's still enough Hydras to get loaded up.
Yeah, I mean, this drop could be devastating. Get on the production, it could be an issue. Dewalt really, I think, is... Oh, yeah, he knows now. He knows now. He saw those 3 flying together. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the plot thickens. What are you going to do now? And he still has a couple Corsairs, so he can park them over on the left side of his base and just be pick off some Overlords and things as they come in, too. So, the Zealous sees it wide up, and this is a good engagement from Dewalt as well, kind of taking advantage of the fact that so much of the army is in cRoSs's Overlord. And I'm assuming Dewalt's prepared as the drop comes in? Maybe? No?
No, he is not prepared. So this is going to do a lot of damage, and we're killing Dragoons at the front. I don't know. This may be a really crazy move here from Dewalt.
I thought Dewalt knew
my
that this was coming and was going to be prepared, but that lurker egg is going to stop Dewalt from coming home, and God, this is how games are lost. Wow.
Right here, production down on 1, 2, 3, 4 gateways. I think cRoSs may have done it this game. If he hits the third base simultaneously, he should bust Dewalt here.
I'm amazed that Dewalt wasn't more ready for that drop. He saw it, didn't he?
Yep. Huh. GG from Dewalt,
GG.
and cRoSs will take game number 2. So despite the early damage and everything, Dewalt not able to close out this game because cRoSs making some big time good plays there. I mean, that drop was key. He knew that was his last chance, that he had to get it done. So he went for it, and wow, unbelievable.
Super decisive move. Dewalt just didn't quite read it, and that lurker egg just that was that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't know the 3 overlords moving around, but listen, we all miss things like that, and it happens, but because he had to feel really comfortable. I thought he'd back up closer to his base because he took the 3rd Nexus, so he didn't really need to do much more, but it happens, and now our series is tied up at 1.
Oh yeah, let's go. Match 3.
So, who knows what will happen here? Anything crazy could happen. Now that it's technically a best of 1, could cRoSs pull out something wild?
Here comes the 4 pool. We built up to this.
That's what it's going to be. The question is, what will Dewalt pick? Will he just go Vermeer? Will he just go something standard like that? Will he pick... Well, he can't pick Neodar version. He already banned it, so no 2-player map there. You know... I'm curious to see what he will do.
Yeah.
We're deciding the map right now. We're talking it out.
Yeah, trying to figure out the pick and ban situation. Why does he call himself Vile Potato?
Another player that he knows, Mr. Vile Potato.
Oh, is that another person?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, okay.
Right here, we see our stats from our players. cRoSs trying to make it back into the round of 8, since he hasn't done so since season 17. So he's looking to get out of the round of 16 this time. Look at that ladder rating, 2435. That's pretty darn high. It's crazy. Our players are really working through this this ban right now. We're having a little confusion about who has banned what map and when. It seems that cRoSs would like to ban either Vermeer or Pantheon. We can't sort it out just yet.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Seems that cRoSs has put a
I'm glad that cRoSs's picture is him smiling, because his game face when he's playing is so serious that I'm glad that his profile picture is a little happier.
Yeah, he's hyper focused in these games. He won't, no cracking a smile. All right, so we are going backwards here again one more time. All right, he has finally officially banned Pantheon, and Dewalt has picked Vermeer. Okay. We went back and forth about all the bans, but we got there. All right, so we are official after some bouncing back and forth about what is banned, what is open. We have banned Pantheon, and Dewalt's pick is Vermeer. So we're going to see another PVZ on Vermeer here. cRoSs did fall to Zin on this map, so could be fresh in his mind. We'll see if cRoSs decides to change it up or what he's going to go for here against Dewalt. But you know, standard map. Standard map could get a standard game, kind of what Dewalt wants.
Yeah. Depending upon the positions, we could get drop opportunities again. There's opening for that.
Absolutely. Could see some drop play again, maybe because it worked last game, he'll go for it. But I'm thinking we're going to see a pretty standard-ish game here. Unless cRoSs says, you know what? I'm going for it.
See if we see more lurker contains on ridges. Yeah, or 2-hatch Hydra. Hey, you know, if he can usher out that first probe, because that first probe from Dewalt is surviving every game, it feels like. But if he can usher it out, throw down that Hydra. Let's go.
All right. Our players are ready. Let's see who's going to be making it into the round of 8 as our first player. Here it is, Game 3 on Vermeer, Dewalt versus cRoSs. Alrighty. In the top left, we have our Protoss player. It is Dewalt.
And in the top right, we have our Canadian Zerg in red, cRoSs. Here on Vermeer, final map between these two. Winner goes on to the group of 8. Or I guess it's not a group, just round of 8. And the loser goes to the final match of the group.
Yes, absolutely big implications, right? Playing versus another winner of a group versus second place could be a big deal here. No 4 pool here from cRoSs. He's taking it out standard, not messing around.
Such an opportunity. There was such a great opportunity for a 4 pool, but no.
Are we going to see a gateway here from Dewalt for the first time? They brought the Pro back, or is it going to be a 12 Nexus and he's going to take a risk? Looks like it's going to be a gateway.
And imagine him going 12 Nexus. He's been pretty risk averse so far. Let's not start now, right?
Yeah, boom. We have the gateway versus the overpool. So we'll get
cRoSs has been getting
quick.
that pool down, either 9 pool or overpool every game. He has not gone for that hatch first play yet today.
Yeah, we've seen most of the meta as we've had the Korean Pro level has been the overpool. So cRoSs sticking with that. This gets a little bit tricky, the gateway versus the overpool, right? Like the lings will come early, got to make sure you don't get a run by like last time. But at the same time, your larva count is low, so Protoss can continue their production of zealots and force you to make a lot of lings and you lose out on drones. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, left out count gaps in the wall of Protoss, make sure that 3 lings don't, you know, win the game again, as has happened already today.
Always a possibility.
cRoSs does get the first scout on and does see the gateway as well, so if he wants to do some early pressure with his lings, maybe go for that full 6 production or even more, he has the option. Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do.
He did make a drone in there, interestingly enough. He's saving his larva to see what the production looks like of these zealots. Do they make it to his base? Do they not? Well, he's going for the
Or if he kills his probe. If he happens to kill the probe, you can turn all these larvae into lings real quick.
Yeah, well, he'll definitely be doing that as he sees that the zealot is attacking his third, and it's going to probably put some serious damage down on it. He's going to need to make a few more lings here.
the 4 lings that did finally pick off that probe, they are going to go and deal with this Zealot, which Dewalt expertly, once again, is going to stick in a corner and force to trade very, very well for the Zealots. And it's going to get paired with another Zealot here, so all of a sudden, cRoSs really needs to get a ton more lings here. This is just not quite enough, and he kills the first Zealot, and the second one just goes right back into the slot.
Yeah, this is a very good trade here from Dewalt.
And so many Larvon lings that really just traded versus Zealots. 2 Zealots.
Let's see if he goes to 100 gas and what pops out of these larvae.
And
Nope.
what you gonna do, cRoSs?
Standard play. Okay, it seems like we use our gas.
Yeah. Being annoying with these lings. This gateway isn't protected by much of anything, but 3 Zealots should be more than enough. Yeah. Once the just got to make sure that you keep those holes plugged, and so far it looks like Dewalt's got this protected enough.
Yeah, he'll be okay. The cannon will get up. He'll be fine. He can go from there. Okay, Dewalt sending
keep hoping
out
for
those...
cRoSs to do something like super early and aggressive, and it looks like he's like, no, I'm just playing macro, guys. Like, I may have started with some lings, but I'm just building hatcheries and drones.
That is for now. We have 3 more Zealots coming across the map here. Let's see what they do. That hatchery's lost some life, but I think we have enough lings on the way or already made to deal with this.
Yeah, all depends upon those little arcs that you get and those mini surrounds. And Dewalt actually moves back into the mineral line, letting a great drone drill happen. And cRoSs is going to get an amazing trade here. A little bit of a mistake there, I think. Dewalt moving his Zealots back in towards that the mineral line, and cRoSs able to get a great drone drill.
Question is, do you have speed on the way to bust this base? Could he run by
so many lings?
Dewalt's cannon and just win the game here?
I mean, there's only one Zealot at home and no probes in the gap, so this control group of lings could easily get in.
He could even kill that probe.
Totally, there's only one cannon, but all the probes coming off the line, and cRoSs does not want to commit to it. Okay, I thought he might commit to killing off as many probes as he could and trading off lings.
Yeah, that was definitely a good call from him not to try to go in. Oh my goodness, he's back. I mean, this does pull all the probes off of mining 2 times, so a couple lings, but maybe worth the lost mining time.
Picks off a couple probes as well, so, you know. Now he's got just a ton of lings on the map, though. This is like, yeah, this is a lot of lings from cRoSs, and he dealt with the Zealots, but now what's the transition from here?
Yeah, it looks like we're going standard again here. We have a 3 hatch with the Spire. cRoSs playing very standard safe games as well. Dewalt's second gate was a little bit late because he was making so many Zealot, but he's got it up going now. I wonder with all that gas being banked if we're going to see Muta.
Well, we see a lot of larvae suddenly mutating right now, so we'll see. It might actually be exactly that. Corsair coming across is going to see all these morphing larvae, and I assume he saw the Spire as well. So he should know what's happening, and this time I expect the Photon Cannon will not get cancelled by the Stargate.
Yeah, no, I think he knows he's going to need it.
Here we go. We got the Mutas coming across. Yep.
Alright, 5 Muta, nothing crazy. Dewalt nervous that it's going to be some type of Muta Scourge all in here, so he's adding a second cannon.
Here we go. The 5 Mutas coming in, taking a ton of damage as the Scourge come in. Not quite able to get off the Corsair kills that he's looking for, and decides actually to pull back, seeing the second cannon in play.
Yeah, I think that's a wise move there from cRoSs, not trying to dive on 2 cannons, 3 Sarah, and have his Scourge lag in. I think it was totally fine.
Now he's poking his nose in at the natural to see what's there, but the Corsair's already in position.
Yeah, He is just got everything covered, all of his bases covered. He's all good to go.
And cRoSs adding more Scourge to this little Mutaflock, so he is still looking for at least a little bit of an aerial fight. Wants to thin out this this Corsair number.
Yeah, going to be very difficult as they get +1. But he can go for it here. cRoSs look like he's transitioning very similarly to all the other games. 6 hatcheries, or 5 hatch right now. Early +1, just getting it going. Oh, there's the 6 hatchery.
And it'll be time for a Hydra Flood. It looks like Dewalt wants to get on the map a little bit with his Zealots, getting met by the Mutalisk, and the Corsair will be getting an air fight. Nah, cRoSs just gonna back off for now. Still building up until he wants to pick this fight.
Oh, can he get some of these? Nope.
I thought he was going to commit there, yeah, especially once the shots started coming in. I thought he was going to commit, but now the Corsairs kind of have an advantage because some of these Scourge are already damaged, so I think he can probably kill the flock even if they charge at him.
Yeah, right. We do have a lot of Hydra here. We got to be careful. We can't lose these Zealot. Can't lose this army or else we lose all the pressure we had, so I'm assuming Dewalt will be backing up here with these Zealot.
Trying to buy some time for these Corsairs to pick off what they can, which he's doing a good job. Good job by Dewalt, just picking off what he can. A straggling Muta here, straggling Overlord there, and not losing anything on these Corsairs. And he's going to pick off the Scourge that were produced. So, yeah, lots of small wins in that fight for Dewalt.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty good there. Second Evo, Dewalt looking for more pressure, man. He's really pressing cRoSs.
There's only 2 Mutas left, so these High Templar can just slowly walk across the map, not concerned by anything.
Yeah, they're pretty much free roaming right now. cRoSs got to be careful as we move up towards his base. He doesn't want to get stuck behind his wall or in his mineral lines with Storm going. But
the timing was actually very close there. The Hydra flank from cRoSs almost would have been in time to pick off those High Templar, which would have been devastating. But very close margin, but he is able to keep his High Templar alive and needs to make sure he doesn't leave them straggling too far behind this time as he moves his speed lots around.
Yeah, he's going to cancel the 4th. And maybe even try to go over the 3rd with these High Templar. Yeah, as they push up through here where the chokes are smaller. Good cancel. Hydra here. He's got to be careful here, Dewalt. Doesn't want to lose these.
Definitely pick up these High Templar.
Uh-oh. 2 Muta. Save the day.
Going in there with the 2 Muta, going to force the Templar to become an Archon. So they had so many Storms banked up. I think both those Archons had, or both those Templar had 2 Storms and use them. Oh, that would be so depressing if he forgot Storm, because he didn't cast any in there. He should have, probably. Oh, that would be so depressing if he forgot Storm somehow. Is these Corsairs just finishing off what Mutas are left? Oh, that'd be so sad if Dewalt doesn't have Storm.
Why not Storm those Mutas instead of making an Archon or Storm?
And then
Storm
make the Archon.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned. Maybe that's not true. Maybe he just decided I just don't want to lose them, and because we're still posturing here.
I mean, he's got High Templar, and this is a great place to Storm. Drop your Storm, Dewalt. I think you're right. I think he didn't research it.
I don't think it's researched. I think there was an error. I think he's in trouble now. If he has no Storm, or at least he's trying to buy time for the Storm to get up.
Well, this is going to get hectic really quick. The Corsair's going to pop in here and pick off the Overlords and Muta, but I'm still reeling a little bit from the concept that Dewalt somehow forgot Storm. And is over there. We go. Oh,
I don't think it was done. I don't think it was done. So.
Oh no! Storm on Lurker Eggs. Ah, cRoSs is gonna be so sad by that.
He does pick up 1 Templar. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but we went from having no Storms to suddenly Storms everywhere, and the Corsair's catching so many Overlords. There's no Hydras around. He is gonna pick off all of these Overlords. Look at this. These Corsairs getting so much work done.
That was 7, 8 overlords right there. That's a lot of mineral gone.
So many. All have to get rebuilt, and the threat is still there. Oh, okay. There were five five Corsairs. Now there's only 2. The threat was there for a minute.
Yeah, that was great for a blink of an eye, and then it was no more.
And Dewalt kind of has a split army here, half at his third and half at his natural. Gonna have to fight on both sides. And
he has
the
no
bridge is very,
storms.
very stormable, but no storm. And he just needs storm, Dewalt.
Oh my god, he didn't get it off. He has one now. Fighting
one.
with the probes and the dragoons here.
We're getting to the point though where like Hydra streams are gonna get really tough to control at this point. And is Crossy gonna pull it off? Is Crossy gonna advance?
Right now it is very close. Cross has 2-1. He's pretty much in the Battle Zerg mode here. He wants to just get in and attack. We're morphing lurkers and microing like crazy. Really good micro to get those Hydra and lurkers. This is a nail biter. Dewalt has lost so many probes. Oh my goodness.
He's
The
almost
third
out of
base
dragoons,
looks like
too.
it's going down.
Crossy's Hydra morphs are so good. He loves that play, and he is really good at it.
And he's been phenomenal. And can he save this base? If he does not, he is really in trouble. Okay, we have a DT here with no overlord, so he will clear it with the DT.
I'm surprised Cross didn't right-click down that Nexus with the Hydras. Well, I guess he's coming back. Never mind, doesn't matter. He's coming back with another huge army. He'll get it now.
Yeah, this is a big victory for Cross here in terms of the game.
All right, so Dewalt is stuck on 2 bases. He needs to get on the map and do something, but where's an opening? I don't know where is an opening for Dewalt at this point.
Lurkers being
amazing
clumped like
storm?
this right here. Yep, like that. That's the storms you need. Lurkers club with Hydra.
There's only 2 High Templars. I think he's only, or 3 High Templars. He does not have enough storm for this. There's so many Hydra and Lurkers still.
Oh, DT.
There's a 4-kill DT. It needed to be a 14-kill DT.
That's the point we're getting to right now. The supplies are extremely close. Cross is up in well, now they're even in upgrades. You know, he's taking his 4th. He's got a good drone count. Dewalt looks like he's just trying to piece his army back together here, trying to get some presence on the map.
Cross needs to get some reinforcing units in here. It looks like he may have done a round or 2 of drones as Dewalt gets back out onto the map with his army. But Cross with a nice flank from 3 directions. Big storm on the bottom group. But there are so many Hydra left. I think Cross might still have it, especially once he gets on this high ground. Maybe?
As long as he keeps taking out these high gas units, right? As long as he keeps killing Templar and Dragoons, he eventually will starve Dewalt out. I mean, we're at the 16-minute mark and no third base from Dewalt. Real problem for him. He is in trouble here and on the ropes a little bit. He's almost mined out of his main. He's almost mined out of the natural. We have Hydra fighting Dragoons by themselves, just popping it, making some nice blue soup.
Dude, I think Cross has this. I think he's got Dewalt boxed in enough. If he just walks up and cancels that, forces that Nexus to cancel, I think Dewalt's just drawn dead. There's 4 bases up for Cross right now.
Cross right now in a very, very solid spot. If he can hold this contain here, we need to do nothing else.
Yeah, Dewalt's gonna have 1 shot to break out of this. Once he gets some energy on these High Templars, he'll have 1 chance, but Cross doesn't even want to give him a chance, just forcing the fight before there are even those 2 storms, and trading out a ton of Hydras against these Dragoons, but that is totally fine for Cross, and I know he's not cheating, but like somehow he knew exactly when Storm was gonna come before it even was cast, and backed up perfectly.
Yeah, he's checking on these Templar, making sure they're... Oh my goodness, we're gonna get some more picks. Oh, good storm goes down. We do pick 1, but the army for Dewalt is looking rather weak. And the mineral line is gone in the natural. He is out of money. So whatever he has is what he's fighting with.
Yeah, he doesn't even have enough for another Nexus at this point.
Oh,
Oh, great storm! Such great damage, but there are still more Hydras. And Templar, we are out of Templar. We've got, what, 5 Zealots and a few Dragoons left. And cRoSs is going to continue peppering away as he starts.
There it is. You see the look on Dewalt's face. Oh, you look at Dewalt's face. He goes down unhappy.
cRoSs give us a smile? No, he just beat Dewalt. He's still so serious.
Looking the same as always. Just whatever. I've done it. I'm moving on. No big deal that I just beat the champion.
It's just a round of 8, guys. It's not even like a big deal.
Wow. Dewalt definitely cannot be happy that he has to play another match, but cRoSs played really, really well and was able to get it done. So cRoSs, congrats to him. I had faith in him. I had faith in him as a pick that he would move on, and he is. He's the first one to move through. Now we have a rematch between Dewalt and XuanXuan to see who will advance to the round of 8. Now, if you're XuanXuan, that is definitely not the result that you wanted to see. You do not want to play this man TVP again after how tough it was the first time. Oh. But here we are. Unfortunately, it seems that Zin has been unable to complete this, so he'll be giving a walkover to XuanXuan. So that's why we have XuanXuan not playing Zin next. We're going to be having Dewalt and XuanXuan instead. But wow, cRoSs has got to be happy with that result. Not every day you can just take a series off.
And I think that leaves North America advances. There was only 3 people from Canada and America that made it to this round of 16. cRoSs is one of them, and he advances, continuing to represent.
cRoSs, always strong, man. Always crazy. Doing his thing. All right. I think we're going to be jumping right into our up to DejaVu, whatever he'd like to do.
We can jump right in. Yeah.
Alrighty. We're jumping right in. So we're going to have a map that Dewalt has banned multiple times first here. We have Neo Dark Origin. Going to get weird most likely because we're going to probably see a gas steal.
That's why we love 2-player maps as Protoss, right?
Yeah, but Dewalt has been banning it. And I'll tell you, as this game goes on Dark Origin, it gets tough. The bridges, it's all about the center of the map. The map makes the dynamic of the game much different. And it's hard to hold like a 5th base as Protoss here, and possibly even a 4th, because if Terran gets control of the mid, it's hard to hold that high ground on either the left or the right. So, gonna be interesting to see what Dewalt does, if he's gonna gas steal, or is he just gonna play standard? Like, what will he do versus XuanXuan? And how will XuanXuan react to the gas steal from Dewalt? That's really what it's gonna be.
Yeah, in their first series, both players decided to just play extremely standard both games. I'd kind of like to see XuanXuan change it up, especially with a different looking map here in game 1. So, yeah, looking for a change of game styles. In my hope for XuanXuan as well.
Right. Well, our players are ready. So let's get into game number 1 in the Deciders match between Dewalt and XuanXuan to see who will be joining cRoSs in the round of 8. Oh, baby, in the top left and already sending out a probe, it is Dewalt.
Technically in the bottom right, we've got XuanXuan, but let's be fair, we want to see what this probe does with this. Oh, wow. Yes, go Dewalt. No standard. He's pissed, right? Like, he lost to cRoSs, he didn't want to even be playing in this game, and he's just like, yeah, let's just end it quick.
Not playing around. Let's see if he's going to do a proxy gate in the front by the mineral. Will he build it in the main?
In the main. In the main. Oh my god. He's got this. Yes. I'm so excited right now. I hope you can hear it.
I'm very excited to see it. I'm very fearful that if it doesn't work, even players of the caliber of Dewalt can sometimes feel the tilt. So if he were to do this and it fails, I'm worried about game 2. So let's see if he can get it done here.
Oh, and just checking that SCV, just so close. And Dewalt's got this. Still not scouted.
Oh my
still
god.
Not scouted. Oh god.
Oh.
I'm gonna watch. And
Oh.
okay, so XuanXuan sees it. And I think that's early enough that it doesn't matter, right? I think that yeah.
It should be early enough if he just keeps A clicking on it.
And Dewalt's in trouble. That's what this means.
Oh my goodness.
I'm actually just watching Dewalt's player cam right now, just looking for facial reactions. Trying to interpret the man right now.
Yeah, this is devastating. On all levels. We are going for a gateway in his own main now, and then into seems to be a Nexus.
Yeah, I guess. There's a Marine already across, and... No, it's an SCV, okay. I thought that was a Marine.
Let's see if XuanXuan decides that he's going to send all the boys to kill this Nexus or not.
I'm so disappointed. I was so excited, and that one's just so disappointed. Well, let's see what XuanXuan's response is. Is he gonna do the do the SCV pull, or is he just gonna march across with something else? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't see why pulling the boys would be bad here, considering it's one gateway and there's none done yet. But we're a second gateway, that might deter him.
He's thinking about it.
He's definitely thinking about it. We're gonna see right now, because he has the SCV in the main by the mineral patch. Will the boys go? Nope, they're not streaming yet. Oh, double barrier. He's going for it. He is going for it. But Dewalt, shield battery on top of the double gate. This is gonna get crazy.
Throw down a forge while you're at it, like shield battery forge. Let's like dang. And this probe coming down is not gonna see the.
Oh, he could.
He does see it. He does see the SCVs just barely, so he at least knows what's coming. So he'll be able to pull the probes. And
forge
there's
too.
the forge as well. So okay, here we go. It's all about the execution now.
Wow. I don't know. I think this is going to get real close, real fast.
There's one zealot right now. Two zealots. Okay, that's a big difference with the second zealot. We'll see how well XuanXuan can keep his SCVs protected and get this bunker up. First zealot gets kind of surrounded there, but the shield battery keeping it alive. Good surround on these, fairly good surround at least on these Marines, but they finally get caught onto, and the probes drilling on top of them as well. Zealots getting on top, and all of the Marines except for one go down. Both zealots for Dewalt still picking off the straggling Marines, and what an incredible defense by Dewalt. There's only one Marine that gets into that bunker, and with the shield battery and the cannon coming up, I think that should be a hold at this point.
Yeah, it's not enough DPS. Oh, maybe if he gets 3. Nope. Too many zealots and the cannon.
Yeah, especially once that cannon finishes, like that's gonna be that. But
wow.
What's going on right? What did I just watch? I thought this game was over, and it's somehow switched back the other way almost.
Yeah, XuanXuan pulling the boys, and just not getting it
winning
done.
the micro fight. Like Dewalt just won the micro fight there. Like the SCV started out surrounding his own Marines really well, but then Dewalt found a way to get on top of them, and those Marines melted so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dead game here, I think, for XuanXuan, unless he does something crazy with these Marines and Dewalt sacrifices too many zealots like he kind of is right now, because the cannons will just crush the bio. Dewalt has more probes. He's got the double Nexus going. Oh. Dewalt setting a zealot down. Alright, maybe if we kill this pylon.
Maybe, but even then, there's still only a... Well, I mean, there's a second pylon coming up, and this zealot should be able to buy time, yeah. And that pylon's not gonna get picked off, and...
We're fine.
Yeah, I think Dewalt's... Huh.
So for me, this is another one of those you don't do half measures. Like, if you're gonna pull the boys, you pull, like, almost all the boys.
Yeah.
Like, you don't pull 10. Or you might as well pull everything but, like, 5 and just get enough.
That probe getting the scout out was clutch too. Dewalt was able to pull like half a dozen probes off to like down and off to the left and actually get a proper flank. If he didn't know it was coming, that could have looked very different too.
Oh my goodness, the cell getting kills too. Dewalt, despite the craziest opening and crazy nonsense, XuanXuan possibly throwing his mouse across the room right now.
Yeah.
Not clicking anything really. I think I would be extremely frustrated as well.
Yeah, and Dewalt with the anti-tilt. We were worried about him tilting if that gateway in base went poorly, and he's just like, no, I can just execute, man.
GG. Wow.
That's not supposed to happen,
so,
ladies and gentlemen.
No, that is definitely not supposed to happen where you go for the proxy, it fails, and then it gets turned around with the all-in. I don't even know what to say. I think you got to pull all the boys if you're going to do it. You got to scout the double gate, make a choice from there, but Dewalt gets it done, man. And they say the best always know how to win, and Dewalt knows how to win in this case.
Yeah, well played game one. So we'll go on. That was a very fast game one, but we will go on to game two of XuanXuan's map choice and see if he can even this deciding series up.
Yeah. Dewalt, smart, taking a Vermeer ban because that's what XuanXuan picked last time. It's getting interesting. Oh boy, it's your map.
Oh yes.
We haven't had it all day.
Been waiting.
All right, DejaVu has been picked, and not our commentator, but the map. So this will be XuanXuan's last chance to get a victory to kind of move on here in BSL 19 by taking out Dewalt in this game. Dewalt 1 win away again from advancing to the round of 8. DejaVu, tough map PvT it can be with the distances for these 5-6 back pushes, but I'm getting the word that our players are ready. So let's get into game number 2 between Dewalt and XuanXuan on DejaVu. And in the top left, it is XuanXuan.
And then down in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Dewalt as our red Protoss player. So we are going to have near positions here on the greatest map in the pool, DejaVu. And I think you mentioned that this is a little favored for Terran. Is that right?
I think in terms of the timing pushes, it becomes a little bit of a favorite kind of build order. I'm not sure what the statistics are of the map being a Terran map versus Protoss, but I know that it's definitely can be difficult because Terran can push pretty quickly to your base and get a high ground for these 5 and 6 vac timing pushes.
Yeah, I do like this map pool. There's just this is just a trend that there are so many like either low ground mains or massive ridges in the middle of the map that just kind of force everyone out onto the map and to really actually force into some of these like more mid-game fights. Otherwise, you just kind of get contained, and I think this falls into that box.
Yeah, for sure. So, what do you think? Is XuanXuan feeling good now? He's like, all right, I got to pull it back together, play standard? Or are we going to see some... Oh, it looks like we might see... Oh, never mind. We're going to see a gasless.
I think he's just going to go back to standard. I think he's kicking himself right now, but, like, it's, what, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for him? Like, you didn't stay up this late to get tilted. Like, stay on your game.
I hear you. It's tough sometimes. It's tough, man.
It is. Especially when you had the build order complete victory and it kind of gets stashed away from you. That was just incredible by Dewalt to hold that last game. But I think XuanXuan has to get last game out of his head and just get back to basics and play his normal standard self, which we saw he prioritizes in this matchup.
Well, getting a little tricky, putting his second pylon outside the base, and is a gasless here from XuanXuan, which is a good choice considering Dewalt's been going delayed scout for a 19 Nexus every time versus him, so he might as well go for an eco advantage build.
Yeah, this tells me that he's not tilted at all, right? You don't do gasless expand if you're tilted and kind of pissed off, you know. This is more of a I got a plan build.
Alrighty. Gets that SCV, that scouting SCV. Dewalt now recognizing, oh hey, gasless.
Yeah, pretty standard as far as just getting the probe up there as the Marine chases it around. Nothing too crazy, but he did need to get all that confirmation. The fact that he sees the refinery as it's building is definitely really nice to really get a good grasp of where everything is. There is no factory out on the map or anything. Don't worry, it's all pretty standard.
Yeah, it's also good that he got the scouting probes. Now he knows that there won't be like at least think there's a proxy. A lot of times we want to proxy robo and things like that versus the gasless.
It is pretty fun, especially if you get like a proxy just like near their base and you slow walk a Reaver up to their bunker and shoot it. It's pretty good. Feels good.
So we'll see what Dewalt opts to do here. Will he go with something like a double gate for heavy pressure? Will he just play standard with the robo? All possibilities here.
I feel like after that last game of so much excitement in the first couple minutes, we're like, something's supposed to happen, right? Like the game was just last game just ended at 4 minutes. Like, where are we?
Why aren't we pulling more SCDs?
Where are the boys at? They're just mining in the mines.
We got a double factory here. We'll see if XuanXuan's going to go for some kind of pressure build, like 2-fac, 3-tank, a bunch of Marines kind of timing, or if he's just going to build up and play out of it.
In the previous series, Dewalt had some pretty good shuttle play, so we even saw double robo builds a couple of times, so I'm expecting to see something similar to that. Again, more shuttle, and I liked his Reavers in the one game as well, so maybe we'll get to see some more Dewalt Reavers. Waiting to see that tech choice come out.
Yeah, right now, oh,
there it is.
No, we're going blind Reaver, I like it. So we're skipping Observer, going right into the Reaver. Awesome from him.
He's not trying to beat the turret ring this time.
Nope, he's going to beat the turret ring with his shuttle is what he's hoping.
Oh,
and get that Reaver in to do max damage.
Better.
Alrighty, everything very standard here.
One gateway production, very minimalistic, really optimized for this as this Reaver push out.
Yeah, just wants to get there as fast as possible. Even sending a probe down to the third base already at 550, so looking to get an early early third. Wow, 4 factories. I don't even think do we have an eBay? I don't think we have an eBay or an armory.
No academy. No
Wow.
nothing.
5 factory. No.
DTs would have just killed this. DTs would have just won.
DTs win the game. This is crazy, man. XuanXuan just going for it. This is going to be the fastest possible 5-fact timing to just push out and try to win the game. But
unless the Reaver makes it so it's actually a 2-fact build. It's supposed to be 5-fact, but it's actually only 2-fact right now.
I think that's what we're going to see here. Oh, now we're going to put the eBay down now that the shuttle's in here. 3 tanks going. Oh, big shot.
Oh. Does Dewalt need this Reaver at home to defend, or can he defend with the handful that he has?
So he's going to have to make a choice of what he wants to do here. Either he kills all the eco and maybe sacks his nat and backs up behind the pylon wall and waits for reinforcements, or he brings the shuttle back. It seems like he's opting to try to just end the game. Yep.
Yeah, that extra pylon that stopped the tanks from walking in, that is just extra annoying. I like all these little plays. And Dewalt with some solid micro here, continuing to pick off tanks in the main. I think we're still only at the 2 factories, so he can really just take out these units one by one as they come out, as long as he keeps that Reaver healthy.
Yeah, we can see he can also go back, right, with this Reaver still. He's a speed shuttle. Can he just go back and cancel all those factories, huh? Wow. Oh, he's got another Reaver anyway, so.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to get another shuttle out in time and save that Nexus, even if the tanks try to focus it down. So I think Dewalt's going to save everything at the end of the day, except for the observatory and the pylon wall.
Yeah, if he keeps the Nexus, the game is over, right? Like, he just is the winner. We see the 20 supply difference. Oh my goodness. Splash damage. There goes the tanks. Yep. We got
20 kill Reaver in the back there. 1 base mining for XuanXuan. Not even that great. And that's what a Reaver does, John.
SCVs in a while. We're just making units and hoping for the best right here. Almost double the supply is Dewalt at this point.
He's got good, man.
3rd base. Oh my god, we got both shuttles in the main right now.
Now Dewalt's just showing up. Watch me micro 2-shot Reavers, guys.
Oh my, I was gonna say the one Reaver could have killed all those SCVs grouped together, but oh my goodness, we're down to like 11 SCVs. Like, even if Dewalt just gives this up, he wins the game.
Yeah. I think I could win as Dewalt from here. I think.
Yeah, this is...
He's trying to drag that mine. That was cute, trying to drag that mine, but he couldn't. I think it's a little too late, but here come the probes off the line to try and stop these last 4 tanks. Reaver comes out as well with the Dragoon, and Dewalt actually sacrificed quite a bit to just kill that 1 tank, but I still don't think it's...
I think he's just kind of messing around at this point. He knows the game is over.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
28 kills on that Reaver, something like that? Come on, Dewalt, show us your Reaver.
Let's see what he goes with here. I mean, no units can go out. XuanXuan has 4 SCVs, I believe. 5, 3 SCVs.
3?
Oh, is he gonna? Oh my! 1.
He has 1.
34 kill Reaver. Okay, we do got the GG time. I wasn't sure. Oh, Dewalt sent a probe, but we're gonna build in his base. Oh my goodness!
Well, too good.
Thought we might even see the Manor Nexus, you know, next to his command center. Just a lovely little Nexus there. But congrats to Dewalt. Really well played that series. Incredible, fast series. Just showing his skills, showing his ability. Really well done. So he will be moving on to the round of 8 as well. So cRoSs comes in first today and Dewalt in second. So some crazy, amazing series here. And those are 2 big names already in the round of 8.
Yeah, what a great set of games, too. A lot of really good games. Cross beating Dewalt was a pleasure to watch, and Dewalt with some amazing PvT all day against XuanXuan. So, kind of the two people I think that were more or less expected to get out. Maybe in reverse order, as the defending champion Dewalt was maybe a little favored, but Cross with a great upset victory.
Yeah, I was hoping that these two players would be the ones that made it out, and they were. Like, I didn't expect Cross to come out first, but he did. Awesome series, able to take down Dewalt. I mean, just a fabulous day. So, what a good day of StarCraft. More excellent stuff here from BSL. All right, DejaVu, I think our job is almost done here today. We want to make sure we always thank our Patreons and sponsors as well. And remember, anyone who is a supporter from $10 and up gets the replays. And I love the Wolf of Wall Street. So we want to thank all these different people that are making BSL possible. So Andrew, thank you for being the Wolf of Wall Street. Our generals, My Fleeting Dream, Colonel Stryker. At the $30 level, Tim and Tupacalypse. The $20 level, we have Yu Zhang, Medino, Steven Robertson, KG Streaming Channel, Daniel Lopez, LML, Nicholas Schuler, Scheming Gypsy. At the $15 level, Pierton, and we appreciate all the other sponsors that we have out there as well. Keep on supporting, keep making it possible, because these are amazing games, amazing stuff going on here. So we really appreciate all the support, and we'll probably have to see you next time. Anything else from you, DejaVu?
Just thank you, everyone. This was a lot of fun today. I hope you guys enjoyed the games as much as we did. Thank you to Zero as well for producing and observing and doing all of the technical details for us. It was a lot of fun today, and look forward to seeing you next time.
And I believe Group C tomorrow. So if you need more BSL, Group B tomorrow. So we had D today, B tomorrow, and come back in and tune in. So thanks, everyone, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.
The name of a dance we do down Johannesburg way.